you remember this? Yeah, it's the raid farm and the villager trading and Scar's amazing cloud. This is like a year old. Today, the goal is to convert this raid farm, which produces a stupid amount of Ravagers and Evokers, and we're gonna bring those Ravagers, Evokers, through that portal, across the roof of the Nether, into Decked Out. We're gonna load the Evokers in all their places. We're gonna set the Ravagers free, and when we're done, we're gonna do the first official run of Decked Out with baddies inside. Now, I've already made quite a bit of progress toward getting the baddies in here, and progress elsewhere. One of the big things I've done is I finally finished all the roofing for level 1 in the Frozen Crypts. All of this, I just finished all of this today. We got icy caverns everywhere with an actual roof now. It's not amazing, but I mean, let's face it, people aren't going to be really looking at the roof anyways. They're going to be fleeing for their lives. We also finally added a very simple roof in here and hung some lanterns today. Basically, the crypt is all done, finally built. We actually have a real roof. It was kind of like, you didn't even notice there was a roof because there was some rocks above it, but we've actually made it official now. It's just smooth stone and andesite. I kind of cheap just to get it done. If I'm quite, we didn't finish this part here. And I've also got all of the locations picked out very strategically. I think there's 9 of them on level 1 alone. 9 locations where evokers are going to be hidden. We got one there, we got one there, we got one there, and some more over there, and more over there, and stuff like that. These are, yeah, the evokers are going to be in these spots, and this is when Clank hits the maximum amount. At that point, any future Clank made by the Clankificator here is going to send a signal out the light gray line, which is basically saying, hey, they just generated more Clank, and they're already at the amount we consider to be the maximum. It's time to take secondary measures in hand. And secondary measures, as you might guess, is going to be, it's going to be popping up an evoker so that they have some visibility into the dungeon. Why am I missing blocks everywhere? But essentially what's going to happen is those 9 evoker slots and all the future evoker slots on lower levels are going to have a chance. Every Clank generated after the maximum, and I know that doesn't make much sense because we're going above maximum, but every time you go above the maximum, there's like a 25% chance, and then an increasing chance, and it's down to like a 33, and then a 50% chance. So increasing chance that each individual evoker will essentially be revealed, or not revealed, but they can now see you, as the case may be. And that's bad because, you know, then the Vex come out and they make a whole mess of your face and everything, and it's just going to be an unfortunate outcome. Oh, here they come, here they come. Oh, mob sounds definitely need to be turned down. Okay, now the deal with this raid farm is occasionally some Vex will come out. And if I hear them doing the thing, I gotta get out of here. And I gotta get out of here fast. I hear Ravagers to the left of me. I can't look at them because I've got to keep swinging at this thing. I got an auto hotkey script going and making the swingy on the armor stand here. So far, so good. Yeah, there's definitely Ravagers to the left of me. They should be creeping by in the upper left corner of the screen. Through the cobweb shortly. I'm surprised I'm not seeing any Ravagers left to the left there. That means they're probably stuck. I gotta see what's going on. Oh, they're on the top row. Of course. I have no idea how many Ravagers I have. Probably quite a bit. In fact, I think we're gonna bug out now. Okay. Let's go see. Is it actually working? Look! Oh, no! As you can see, the design is 100% foolproof, has no flaws whatsoever, and is working swimmingly and stuff. Suffocate harder. Thank you very much. Come again. All right, it helps if you power this. That powers that one, and I need. We'll just do that. Everything's fine. Okay, Beastie 01 didn't make the cut. Ow, extra, ow. Oh, what's the matter? You upset? How did they eat me through the glass? Can I go under here? No, I can't go to the rest of anywhere. We'll just go around this side, boys, and press that button. Press that go. Okay, well, we got a guy on top. He's not an evoker. So we're gonna melt his face with some happy fun sauce. Okay, have a nice day. Come again. And we will get number 2. I gotta hurry up, or they're gonna start entity cramming here. Borg top power. Stay far away, extra far, and name tag, and go. He's in. Dude, everything is flawless. More of that. Give me Beastie 3. You press the button. Oh, it's okay. You with the axe in the face and the extra dead. Okay, you're dead. And we do I don't want to get close. Did I get him? I think I got him. I guess you're named and stuff. Go forth. All right, next. I feel like they should be cramming by now. Okay, go. Okay, what? Okay, name tag. Come on. The distance between where I can name tag them and where they can eat my face is not a large difference. There we go. Okay, good. Oh, I forgot to burn your roof guy off. There we go. And become happy. Okay, and through the portal. Took a couple ticks of damage. We're good. Beast 5. Press the button, and he's in. I'd really like to get an evoker here. So what I'm realizing now is I'm gonna have way more Ravagers than I am evokers, and I need a way. Okay, if I just fall one more time, that'd be great. I'm gonna need a way to get rid of the Ravagers. I think if I just turn off that activator rail and maybe send them to some happy fun sauce over there or something. I don't know. I didn't think of this. Beast 8, go. Evoker. Oh, we got our first evoker. Okay, this is good. This is good enough for science. So we're gonna go silence me on this guy. Okay, and now we go with our highly patented, super amazing solution here of, nope. Okay, he doesn't like that solution. Can I? It's gonna kill me. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely safe. 100%. Okay, he's dead. Evoker falls, and now I press this button. And he goes, and he's in. Okay, that's science complete. We have, I think, 7 Ravagers in there and 1 Evoker in there. We'll come back for wave 2 later. And I just remembered I didn't name tag that Evoker. At least I don't think I did, so kill this guy. We got another one. Okay, now I don't know how I'm gonna name tag this guy. Can I do it down through here? What about through this? How about we name tag you that way? There we go, silence me. Okay, and now you go in. Excellent. Okay, we actually got one that time. Okay, we're up on the roof of the Nether now. Let's see where our friends are. I'm lost. Is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's see what we got. I think I sent another. Oh, look at it. It's working. It's working and stuff. I sent a couple more evokers through. I think there's 3. They're still kind of stuck in the portal, it looks like. I only see 1. Oh, there's 2. There's 2. Okay, this is good. All right, so the plan now. Oh, that's the hard part. The hard part is done. What we're gonna do now is actually store these guys. We're gonna make like a stable, kind of. It's not gonna be very pretty, and we're gonna store them in the Nether here and kind of queue them up, and then as we need them for decked out, that's when we'll call them forward to bring them through the portal. Okay, so far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ravagers and 2 Evokers. We already have plenty of Ravagers for level 1. We're gonna come back when we have some more Evokers lined up here. Hello, how are you? Nice hat.
I am well.
Nice hat, I love it.
Yes, yes indeed, yes
Very
indeed.
fashionable. I like how it
channeling my inner
covers like
master,
one
yeah.
eye, yeah.
Yeah, my hair covers a little bit. Yeah, so it looks like almost like a pirate tank.
I know.
Yeah, dude, I got some stuff for you. I got.
I like stuff.
Ready? Bam.
Oh,
these, my friend. Step right up. All for you. All for you.
Are you kidding me?
Got a whole stack of lodestones for you, man.
Where we go? Where we go? 64 lodestones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need any more. That's enough for the rest of the dungeon.
Dude.
Are
Fantastic.
you kidding?
That's
How long did that take you?
A couple hours. You know, we did a little stream, did a little myself just off camera, and yeah, just got her done, man.
Oh, you are a legend. That is insanely helpful. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Cheers, man. Yeah,
okay,
looking forward to this being done.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And, those who help me out in the construction, might get an extra key or 2. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, that's hype. That's hype. All right, I'll leave you to it, man.
Alrighty, go. Thank you so much. And just like that, we are done, and it went so much easier once I was actually got the groove going down here. We now have, I think, 16 evokers. I extended the stables a little bit. We have like 16 evokers and I think 11 Ravagers. And the best part about this is at this point, I'm confident, like I know exactly how to get these guys. I had a groove going. It only took like an extra 20 minutes to get these guys, so we're good. So here's the deal. Now we take them into decked out as needed. We just flick some rails here, pop them along here, activator rail, and skadoodle into the portal. And they come out right there inside the massive open area that is the decked out citadel. So this part is completely untested, but in theory, they should come out of there, boop down there. We have water now, which, you know, makes this a whole lot easier. So we just put the water and push them into the corner there. We're going to minecart pick them up and drop them down this hole right here. Oh, that brings them into the game. They're gonna land right there, and I can send them that way, I can send them this way. I have a ton of track already laid, and more importantly, I have already picked the 9 locations where the evokers are gonna go. They're such good spots. One of them is right there. Are you ready, buddy? Are you ready to be the first evoker in decked out? You gotta promise me you're gonna kill lots of hermits. All right, this is the deal. All right, if you're going in there, you gotta kill hermits. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna hide behind here. He went in, right? Okay, that was weird. It looked like he jumped out too soon. Okay, I could go in there. It's gonna cause a mess. So do I want to go all the way around and down and everything? We're going in here. Why not? What could go wrong? Okay, there he is. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Okay. So he apparently just wants to hang out in the portal. Am I gonna have to like punch something out and boop him in the feet? I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, I don't like any part of this. I don't like damaging him, but it should be fine, right? 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 Easy mode. We just hit this guy and boops him up there. He falls. He falls. Oh, okay, we're going in. We're going in. He should be over there. There he is. There he goes. There he goes. He's doing evoker things in carts. Go down the hole. And you're into your little eternal fortress of happiness. Hey, buddy. Okay, now I think we do this. We do this. We break. I don't want to mess this up. We break. We break. And now show hitboxes. I can break the cart. He's got nowhere to go, so he should go right there, which is exactly what we want. Yes, excellent. And then now we just close this up, and it is amazing now. So it's pretty easy. I mean, I gotta do 8 more of these fools now, so let's get her done. And just like that, the evokers are in. I mean, it only took a little bit. I might have killed 3 or 4 in the process, but they're in. 9 of them on level 1. I'm not going to show you where they all are, but I mean, you guys are going to know where they are eventually, but I'd like to keep it a surprise for a little bit at least. Which means it's now time to bring in the big boys here. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with like maybe 5. I think 5 is the number I'm going to start with for level 1. That number is going to be very much up to testing and stuff. It could end up being 4. It could end up being 7. I don't know. We're gonna bring him in though, one at a time. So this guy is already set to go into the activator. You can't hit me because you're in glass. Stupid face. Okay, there he goes. He's in. That's fantastic. Now, one of the things I'm entertaining is whether or not the entire, like, am I going to kind of sequester the Ravagers into specific areas of decked out? Like, do I want to have 1 or 2 Ravagers dedicated to just the crypt, and then maybe one Ravager or 2 Ravagers dedicated to each of the frosty wings? I'm kind of leaning toward that so that they don't cluster up, and I know that there's always a threat somewhere. But the downside, your nose is in the way. Is there even a button there? Hello? No? we're gonna steal this button. I must have forgot a button. And doink and go. There you go. Be free, Ravager. And we got 5 Ravagers ready to be released. Now, as we're about to release the first one here, I'm fairly certain with, I'd say 80% confidence that this first guy's gonna die because the Ravagers and their size, right? We got a 3x3 hole there. It should fit just right. I'm pretty sure they're gonna suffocate somehow though. So here we go. Let's see if it works. He took a little bit of damage there. He's falling. Everything's good. The fall looks great. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, I cut out a little extra out of the wall there so he wouldn't suffocate. And he's in. Ooh, ooh, he came back. He's very angry. Oh, I was not expecting. I have 1 heart. I was not expecting him to turn around that fast. Hi, buddy. How do you like your new home? It's free range. Oh, he's not happy. Got one. Got one. Okay, here we go. Right on, my friend. Right on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is the other one going to be in the way? Okay, no, we're good. Oh, did he come out of the... He might not have come out of the cart because the other one butted him, I think. Are you still in the car? You're still in the car. No. What do I do? I can't get him out. I don't think there's a way that I can get to the cart because his hitbox completely encompasses and surrounds the minecart. Cool. Okay, big brain. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna hang on. We're gonna attach to him, and all I gotta do is get him to get out of here with your big old face. All I gotta do is get him to slide that way and hit the activator rail. I just don't know if I can pull him in a mine cart. I don't think I did. No, he didn't move at all. Let me try again just to make sure. Come on. Nope, I don't think so. No. Ah, this is the worst. I have to kill him, I think. Yep, sorry, friend. There's a lot more just like you that I can get just as easily. No, the other one just went in the cart. Stop with the... No, get out of there. Oh, this is the place I want to be. Is he out? He died. I lost both of them. We knew this was going to happen. Suffocation. How did he... The track is intentionally 2 blocks away from the wall. We try again. Oh, I wonder what happens when it ejected him out of the car. It put him on this block right here. And he started suffocate. Let's move this a little bit. Ooh, hey there. Okay, that should do it. This has got to be suffocation proof. And go. Got him. Okay. And everything should be good. And you're out. See, that's how it's done right there. Now what I need to do is actually shoot the cart. Bam. Excellent. Okay. Whoop. Now for the second crypt one. Got him. I got the timing down now. Easy. Hopefully this one doesn't get stuck like a fool. Okay. And you're great. Everything's great, right? We good? Where's the cart? I want to shoot the cart just so that no one gets in it again. Nope. Oh, that's the opposite. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, friend. My new little splash potion for you in your face there. Sorry about that. Here we go. It's all about getting the right angle. Here we go. Can I get underneath that? Nope. Come on, back up. Maybe there. Did I get it? Cart dead. Cart down. Excellent. Those 2 guys are in for good. We'll get those tracks later. Okay, fast forward many hours later. All the Ravagers are in. There's 5 Ravagers in. All the Evokers are in. And I made all of the artifacts and I placed them all where they belong. Let's, you can only sleep respawn points set. Good enough. Let's do a run. Why not, right? Let's get our face eaten by a Ravager. Here we go. Let's get all our stuff in here. This is the first official run. Well, it's not official. We're still testing very much. But, doink? No, doink. Definitely only easy is what we support right now. And my machine's broken. Great. Medium. Easy. Is it because I did it too quick, maybe? Yeah, if you do it too quick. Oh, all right. I got to look into that. That's no good. Okay, so let's be very clear here. We're about to make a run here. Please do not judge anything. Please do not jump to any conclusions about what you're about to see. Nothing has been balanced. I'm either going to not see a Ravager at all or just completely get annihilated, I would imagine. This is probably not going to be even remotely close to balanced or anything. Everything will be fixed. Don't worry. Okay, so the deck I'm going to run with, very basic, very starter deck. I got 2 Treasure Hunters, 2 Sneaks, 2 Ember Seekers, and 2 Stabilities. These are the 4 common cards. This is not a strong deck at all, so that's why we're playing easy. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Clunk. Okay, we go here, we go here, and we are off. The growl, I love the growl. We fixed the double card issue. We ride. Now, one of the things I want to fix is I don't want the first card to be played immediately as soon as the game starts. So here we go. I want to put a little delay. You're going to hear a card played probably soon. Door closes behind me. We still have to fix the audio on the door. I don't think I heard the audio on the door opening there. And I'm hoping the card...
Treasure Hunter.
There we go. Treasure Hunter just played. Okay. So let's see. I know the dungeon. So, okay. I know this is going to be... I can tell where this is pointing already. This is going to be in the far side ice cavern. This is one of the more difficult... easy runs for sure. Okay. Anybody home? It's a whole different game when you know there's Ravagers in here. I don't even know what that card just said. I was too busy squealing. Okay, he's
Hazard locked.
Hazard. Okay, that must have been my stability that played. Let's jump right past that. He won't see us. We're gonna loop around.
Hazard locked.
Okay, that's the other half of my stability. Stability blocks 2 hazards. That should be all I get. Okay, I think I'm going. Oh, why are you there? No. That's not supposed to happen. That's a little premature. Spirits of the Angries coming at me. No. Oh no.
Blank blocked.
Well, gee, my clank is blocked. Why? How? I'm so confused how Beast Sense just went off. I'm so confused what just happened there. How did the bell go? Oh, I think... Okay, this run is complete garbage.
Ember Seeker.
Why? All right, let's just go. We gotta die. Why did that evoker... I must not have that evoker totally blocked. Okay, buddy, excuse me. We gotta go. Okay, well, this is gonna kill me again right here. Almost definitely. Can I make the... Okay, I can make the jump. This evoker's gonna totally see me here. Go.
Hazard locked.
Oh, hey, look, check it out. Frost Embers. That's cool. Oh, it's up here somewhere. Okay. Oh, I know which one this is, I think. Yep. It's this one over here. Back in here? Yes. Right here. Right.
Hazard locked.
Right here.
Ember Seeker.
Oh, is it up here? There it is. Okay, I got the Axe of the Screaming Void. That is fantastic. Hey, you see the 7? It's worth 7 Frost Embers. Go! Oh, I just barely made that. Oh, hi, friend. Hi. Extra hi. Oh, did you see me? No, you didn't.
Blank blocked.
Go. No, they can just run right across this. Go. And we exit. Oh. We got the Axe of the Screaming Void, the legendary axe that never stops shredding. And we got 2 Frost Embers. That would have been a total of 9 Frost Embers that we could spend at the shop. Well, I gotta say, with the exception of a few minor bugs, the first run was pretty fun and pretty successful. We got our artifact, we got out, some cards were played, the cards worked. You could see, I'm watching the replay back, I missed some treasure, but we got some Frost Embers from the Ember Seeker cards. Our stability was blocked. Everything, the cards are basically working. I mean, we got to fix some issues with, like, you know, the evokers coming out early and stuff, and the bells shouldn't have been even hooked up. I don't even know how they got powered, but all that stuff is easy to fix. We will get all that done soon. I often wonder, like, if there's anyone that just happens to be popping over to my channel and is like, oh, I guess we'll check out this Tango Tech guy, see what he's up to. It's got to be like, just, nope, I'm out. You have no idea what's even happening down here, and I can't even begin to explain it anymore. It's pretty ridiculous. Ow. Shh. No, not you. Pipe down. Where is he? He's right above me. He's in there snorting away. So today is one of those things I've been waiting for to just work on forever, and I'm super excited. And there's a Ravager right around the corner who's gonna probably eat my face here. Hello? I heard you. Where are you? Somewhere? No? We're cool? Okay, I'm not gonna go looking for him. Today we're gonna work on everything that is after the player leaves the game. We're gonna talk about how you hand in an artifact. We're gonna talk about the scoring system. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. And now previously I had it, oh, that's right, you can't open that door again, I forgot. Previously it was made so that like, okay, you got your artifact, you come out of the game, and we were gonna do all of the post-game extravaganza, happy fun time activities right around here. Why is that there? Hello? Why is there a random furnace floating in the sky? I did not put that there. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Furnace Face over there, we were going to do the shop and everything here. We've got some things to discuss, though. The main issue here we're dealing with is right outside there, there's lots of evokers, and they bring the Vex. And what I didn't want the player to come in here with their artifact and be like, yes, we got it, excellent. And then the Vex flies through the wall and is like, boop, you're dead. So that's why instead we're going to drop them. They just drop down this giant hole right here and fall into this area, far enough away where the Vexes will not change them. Change? Chase. Chase is a word. That's a word I should use with my face. So I've been busy digging out a hole here through Deep Slate, which is just the greatest experience ever. We all love manually digging out Deep Slate, but this is going to be the whole post-game experience. We're going to have an ante room here where you hand in your artifact, if you have an artifact, and you will then proceed through a magic 3x3 portal of happiness, open up into the shop that will have all the cards for sale and some of the victory tomes as well. We'll talk about those later, and a little foreshadowing as to what's to come in the back there. So there's a lot I want to go over today. The whole post-game experience, handing in your artifact, how you get out of here when you're done, the card buying process, how I'm going to select which cards are available, how that's going to be randomized, victory tomes, the scoring system, weekly phases, a lot of things we're going to go over today and really lock down. And I'm excited about it. And I think we're going to do this in two phases. I think the first phase is I'm going to build the room here. And the second phase is going to be all the redstone. There's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot of redstone down in this hole here. Okay, and a few hours later, the building is done. This is the first room, very simple room here, very little simple square room with one major purpose, and you are immediately greeted with a sign that says, relinquish your artifact. And it should be obvious, based on the design of the room, that you are to throw your artifact down there, and it lands on the powdered snow, and will go into the system that will process it and see if it is in fact an artifact, and if so, it will return you frost embers based on the value of that artifact. Different artifacts have different values, anywhere from like 7 all the way up to like 60, and they will pop up here. So shortly after you drop the artifact in, it will evaluate it through a whole bunch of sorters and all that stuff, and then you'll get like a this'll click down automatically, and this is a bubble vader here. Your frost embers, your stack of frost embers will just shoot right up here, and then this will immediately close. I'm hoping I can get all that timing just right, and then your pile of frost embers will land right there. Now, if for some reason you fled the dungeon without an artifact, you get to take the path of the coward, which will lead to the exit. We'll get into it in a little bit, but it's not going to be glorious. But for those triumphant heroes that did return an artifact, the timing is drop the artifact, embers pop up, and then this won't be here now. This is all going to be automated and in sequence, but you get a nice little opening door here. This design was done by some it's like up and coming YouTuber Mamby Jam, I'm not sure, something like that. But anyways, he's a new guy. Try it, and we'll send. I'll put a link in the video. You send him some love. Maybe he'll get his channel kickstarted or something like that. But I think the flow is going to be great here. I think I'm going to get some sound effects hooked up too, so that this all happens and you are granted access into the final room. Hi, Bat. Hi for being here. You're Batty. Thank you. You are granted access to the dark and mysterious Frost Ember shop. Now, the first thing that should pop out to you is that this room is dark. doesn't even look spawn proof, but it is. It barely is. And this is intentional. I wanted this room to be very, very dark. We have a little bit of light pouring down, just enough from the crying obsidian down here to give some 4s right here. You can see it tails off to 1s, and right as it's about to become a 0, we have some light down below that's just seeping through these shulker boxes here to meet it in the middle. So this room is about as dark as it possibly could be. And there's a reason I want it to be this dark, because it's going to draw attention to the cards that are for sale. So the way this is going to work, and I gotta colorize these and make them brighter here, but we have it segmented off into 4 sections here that you can see. Okay, this right here, these are your common cards. There are 5 common cards in the game. There's not many of them, but they're common, and therefore they are always available. So every run, there will be 5 cards here. These are your starter cards, your filler cards. You're going to need to buy these in the beginning to get your deck rolling and everything, but later on, you will swap them out for some of the better cards as you get them, and that would be over here. You know what, I need to brighten these up. There we go, much better. We have green for, these are all color-coded based on the tier of the card, so uncommon cards are green. This whole section here is for uncommon cards. We have rare cards, which are blue, and this whole section over here, and then we have the victory tomes over there. We'll talk about those in a second. Now, I'm thinking at the end of the game, I think 4 is the number I want to go with, and that means 4 cards will be picked randomly to be displayed in these 2 sections, the uncommon and the rare section. Uncommon cards being twice as likely to appear than rare cards, thus, rare living up to the name rare. And the way this is going to work is absolutely fantastic. This is the way I built the room the way I did. I could have gone for a much more mechanical room and everything, but I wanted this to be part of the experience. I wanted it to be exciting and stuff. So what's going to happen is when that door opens up, maybe there'll be a little extra tune played or something. I don't know what it's going to be, but the 4 cards will be chosen, and they're going to be, there's going to be like a little gap between them. And when they do, it's going to be like chunk, 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 right? And every time a card's revealed, what's going to happen, if you'll see here, we have snow right here, but if you're paying attention, that is powdered snow right there, and underneath there is going to be armor stands holding the cards. It's going to be an armor stand with just holding the card in its right hand using the armor stand magic we have here. And each one of these slots is dedicated to one of the cards in the game. Okay, so when a card is picked randomly, that armor stand is simply going to pop up holding the card. Now, the armor stand itself is going to be invisible. So all you're going to see, hopefully, if I do this right, is just a card just float up and hover in space. And the best part about the design is you don't have to pick up the card. They're going to be locked armor stands. You don't have to pick up the cards to see them. All the text will be right there on display. You can just kind of look at them, but don't touch. And touching back on the darkness of the room, when that card pops up, it's going to expose a little bit of like localized light, which is going to then like seep in here. So basically every card, see how dark it is back there? Every card that is for sale, there'll be like this nice glowing light behind it. It's really going to draw attention to it, I hope. But once you evaluate all the cards and decide the one you want, if you can afford them, you simply go over and place your frost embers in the shulker box here to pay. And it will of course absorb it'll absorb the frost embers up until the cost. If you try to put shulkers in a barrel that doesn't have a card for sale, it won't even take them in, that kind of stuff. And the other nice thing is once you actually buy the card, it doesn't spit out here or anything. It's just going to be secretly sent away and go up to the return area where your shulker box full of cards is. So when you pick your shulker box up, that's also where you'll pick up any acquirements, we'll say, that you've acquired from the dungeon, including your new cards. Now, we've got common cards, we've got uncommon cards, we've got rare cards, and there are also legendary cards that are purple, but you don't buy those in here. Okay, big update. I got a ton of redstone done. I mean, there's still a ton more to go, but I want to show you guys where we're at because it's starting to get a little exciting. Kind of like where we're going here. But I want to stress you guys, what you're about to see is not really like final. It's more of just like a proof of concept. But imagine, if you will, that I just finished the run and I got a horn of the goat. You'll notice it's worth 18 frost embers, and I come over here and I throw it down the snowy pit, and we wait. We wait. We wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. And then if I pick them up, boop, 18 frost embers, and I gain access to the frost ember shop. And there's a reason that took quite a while. there's a bit of redstone down here that I've been working on, just a bit. So the way, I'm not going to go into everything, like pretty much everything over here is just crazy timing and stuff like that for all the effects. But this right here is the interesting part. This is the artifact certificator. That's the technical term. Over on this side is a standard sorting array where you'll see, let's see, where are they? Yeah, basically we have each artifact in a sorter there, okay? And what I did is I kind of made a realization here. This is the one part I think it's worth mentioning. Instead of just like figuring out what artifact it is and then trying to spit out that many frost embers in like a vertical slice here, what I decided, or what I realized I could do is, because the artifacts generally, see, it's like 6, 7, 8, they generally go up by ones. There's a couple places where it jumps. Let's see, I think, yeah, Docks is the first one. It goes from 14 to 18, and then it goes back to jumping by 1, and then up here by the back end it's like jumping by 2 and everything like that. Basically it's always like a 1 or a 2 jump with occasionally a jump in value of like 4 or 6. So what I decided to do instead is just basically, as the item is sorting down the line and it's going, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, they're all adding the delta value of what it was, you know, their value minus the previous one. So it's like add 1, add 1, add 1, add 1, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 4, add 2, add 2, add 2, you know, something like that. So that's what all of these droppers are. So when you put your artifact in and it's going down the line, all of those droppers back there are all of these droppers back here are all spitting out like just 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? And then they all come down and coalesce together. I think it's kind of a clever way of doing this instead of trying to figure out which one it is and then find some crazy way to dispense, you know, 38 frost embers. Now it's just like, it's kind of accumulative as it goes down the line. And the items come down over here, they sit on the soul sand, and you'll see there's a dispenser right there that spits out water, which completes the bubble vader, and it shoots them up, and there's a timing on the trapdoor, and everything's great. And I've also added, in the frost ember shop, we have added the victory tomes. Now, these are important. This is basically, I'm going to do my best to explain this clearly here. This is how you win decked out. This is how we determine who wins the overall game, okay? So frost embers victory tomes are something that you can buy with frost embers. They're kind of competing with the cards. Everything in here you buy with frost embers. So you can see you can buy your victory tomes in kind of bundles, if you will, for more efficiency. You can buy 1 victory tome for 10 frost embers, 3 for 27, or 5 for 40. So obviously it gets more efficient to buy them in bulk. We've got them floating here on armor stands, and this is how the cards are essentially going to look, just kind of floating there. I absolutely love this look. So suppose I had 27 frost embers and I wanted to buy the 3 victory tomes. I would come in here and put my 27 frost embers in. I would not get the victory tomes here. They're going to be released into the stream that goes back to the barrel that has your shulker box. And by that I mean this barrel right here. We'll fix the floor eventually here, but yeah, your shulker box full of your cards will return here, and then any items you bought, any cards you bought, or in this case, any victory tomes you bought will also be returned here. So you would take your victory tomes over to your personalized cubby hole, and you would drop them in your shulker box here, okay? And they'll immediately get sucked up and put into a little storage container down below. Now, Decked Out is going to be run in phases. I think each phase is going to be 1 week. So basically, like every Sunday night, I will come by and check all of the victory tome submissions here for each player underneath and tally them up and sort them based on who submitted the most. And then for each week, every phase of the game, every week of the game, like I said, I'll tally them up. And if you came in first place, you'll probably get like 5 points. If you came in second place, you'll get 3. Fourth place, you'll get 2, and then like so on and so forth. I'm not sure how the points will diminish off there. They'll fall off pretty quick though. But this right here is the scoreboard for the overall game. So however many points you get in that week of Decked Out is how many snow layers I will add to your layer here. So this is the scoreboard, and it's got like, you know, it's basically a bar graph. We're gonna have each hermit's head that's playing the game on these blocks here, okay? So, you know, like this is whatever. This is like Jevin will be right here, okay? And if Jevin came in second place, maybe he gets 3 snow layers added to his bar here, okay? And then when Decked Out is done, whoever has the tallest bar wins. And to be clear, I don't know how long Decked Out will run. That's gonna be based on interest. I don't think it would be fair fair to tell the hermits that the game's only going to last 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. They'll be, you know, I'll probably get like a 3-week warning when it seems like it's winding down, but I'm hoping it runs at least 8 weeks, hopefully 10. We'll see. So I kind of like the idea of victory tomes. I think they're going to add some interesting design elements to the game. A couple things, you know, I really like. Basically, when you're in here now, you're torn between, you know, buying a new shiny card for my deck, which is essentially investing for the long term, making you more powerful and making future runs better, or short term to buy victory tomes to try to get points this week. And that's the other benefit too. Doing decked out in phases or in weeks, I think is good, because you can't, it discourages the gameplay, which is just build up my deck, and then get all my points at the end because I have the most powerful deck. Now you're really trying to balance growing your deck, buying new cards versus gaining points, because if you don't score points in a week of decked out, those points are gone. You can never get them. There's only a finite amount of points, and that's based on the amount of, you know, weeks that we play this game. You know, and I fully expect, you know, like week 1, week 2, the winner may only get a couple of victory tomes. You know, the week 1 winner may have 3 victory tomes, where the week 9 winner is probably going to have like 15 or 16. Who knows? I'm making these numbers up, but just to show that what it takes to win is going to change the farther we get into decked out, because people's average, you know, their deck size is going to be so much bigger and more powerful that they can acquire more victory tomes per week. And as you can see, I've also added the coin to crown convertificator upgrader nader thing here. Basically, if you remember in recent changes, we added the concept of treasure to the game. There are coins and crowns. Think of these as just like small denomination, large denomination. You know, it's like if you're an American, it's pennies and dollars. If you're a D&D player, it's, you know, copper and gold. It's just, so what we're gonna have here is like 8 coins upgrades into 1 crown, and that 8 may change. I may change that to 6 or something. We'll see, depending on how it goes. But crowns can leave the dungeon, coins cannot. So say I have, like, you know, I acquired, we'll say 16 decked out coins here through my runs. I put these in here, they get sucked up, and then there's a pretty cool little counter in the back there in all that redstone soup that for every 8 coins you submit, it will submit 1 more crown. I should be getting 1 more. There we go, 2. So, and if you have excess, if I have like, you know, 18, or if I have like 20 coins, we'll say, I'm still only going to get 2 crowns, and the rest are just going to be wasted. But I think that's a good thing, because if you have excess when you're in the dungeon, that's going to incentivize you to try and get a multiple value of coins equal to the denomination. You know, if you've got 20 coins, you might want to stick around and try and get 24 so that you can get that full extra crown. And again, crowns are what's going to be used on the shop outside the dungeon to buy little temporary upgrades to the game. Now, after you buy your cards, after you buy your victory tomes, and after you convert your coins and all your business is done here, you head out the glorious exit of Supreme Victory. This will be closed off right here, and you drop down this hole right here. And I should note that if you forget to convert your coins into crowns, I will automatically do it for you again down there. I kind of debated this. I knew I wanted to have one down there automatically, in case you forgot, but I'm doing one here too, mostly because it feels better to do it here explicitly, and this is a good teaching opportunity to explain how the conversion works here. But again, the coins cannot leave the dungeon. If you forget, they'll be upgraded to crowns automatically for you upon exit. But this kind of shows you how the process works. Okay, so we've got a lot done here, but we've got a lot more to go. I have a huge amount of redstone. If you thought that was a lot of redstone, this entire area has got to be filled. We have to build all the shops out now, and all the card buying process, and the card randomizer to show which cards are going to be available at each run, all kinds of things. So let's get busy here. Okay, this slice right here is one version, like one slice of the store technology, the item purchasing, the card selection, everything. And this is what we're going to build about 32 times here, like 16 times going back this way and about another 16 times over on that side. So real quick, let me see if I can explain how this works. This right here is essentially, we'll just call this a sorter, that when the card is picked, we'll get into all that later, it'll trigger this sorter here, okay, which will essentially do that. And that'll pick, you know, take an item from here, bop it up to there, which essentially turns this slice on. Now, you'll see it raise this piston, and I should have actually, let me see, I could have showed it to you here. There's an armor stand on top of that block here, and the armor stand, the top half of the armor stand is already in the powdered snow. And it would be displaying the card and everything, but it would be obscured by the powdered snow. The armor stand would be invisible and everything. And then when the card is selected, And like so, if I press the button here, it pushes up and the card, the top of the armor stand then, and the card itself are then exposed to the room, saying basically, hey, this vertical slice is on. You'll see this light here went on, and that's the extra light that's going to give attention. That light is going to glow through these hoppers and through the shulker and brighten the room for the selected card, kind of drawing attention to it, which is pretty cool. And with that torch going off, these two hoppers are enabled now, and this right here is another sorter that is pulling out the frost embers. So they'll go ahead and put their frost embers, if you remember, that's the floor of the shop there. They put their frost embers there. It gets pulled through here, which will then trigger eventually when you get enough. Every time you get an extra frost ember in there, it'll update this note block, which will trigger that observer. And this right here is the counter, counting the cost of the card. So there'll be items in that dropper there based on the cost of the card that you want to buy. So every time you add a frost ember, and you can add them in stacks, it doesn't have to be one at a time, but it'll kick one frost ember from there over to that locked hopper. And therefore, when that dropper is empty, it will then turn the system off again, as well as power that dropper, which has the card that you just bought. It will drop it down into a water. It will drop it down into a water stream down below. And then when they're done purchasing, when they leave the room, I just got to power this to disable all of the armor stands, and then I also have to unpower that line there to let the cost counters drain back into the dropper. Overall, pretty awesome system. This took me a while to come up with. It's large, but the fact that it's tileable is the best part. And I should mention that we're going to alternate slime blocks and honey blocks going back away so that they don't stick. But other than that, totally tileable, and it's just going to be an amazing shop here when it's done, I think. I have a confession to make. I might be addicted to custom audio files. How could I not be? They're just so much fun. They add so much to the game. The custom jukebox audio disc player thing, it's my favorite thing ever. I just want to use it all the time. Okay, this is done. I am super pleased with how this turned out. This is an experience, guys. You got to check this out. This took a long time to get working here, but let's go here. I got my Papa slippers, and I've got 50 embers currently. Let's throw the Papa slippers in the snow hole, and we wait. Now, the reason I added this low drone buildup here, though, is because it takes a while to collect the frost embers, and I wanted the player to know that we're working and to build a little suspense. And I think it does that. And you know, it's not the final sound, but it's the idea. But let's watch this. Oh, we got a fish there too. Okay, watch this. Watch. Wait for it. So good. It randomly selects the cards that are picked, and it plays that sound as it reveals one of the cards. So these are all randomly chosen. Again, we got incredibly lucky here because the rares are twice as likely to show up, or twice as unlikely. I guess you could say these are twice as likely to show up as the rares, but we got 3 rares that time. You can see the way the cards are popping up here and just floating. So if I want to buy this card here, I simply put the items in there, and I won't get the card, but it'll get spit out down below and go all the way up to the barrel where my shulker box will be at the end of the run. We've got our common cards over here: Sneak, Stability, Treasure Hunter, and Ember Seeker. We've done a complete redesign of the layout and the mechanics, not the mechanics, but just the layout of the card. Instead, we got rid of like the sidebars there and everything, and we just simplified, and everything is in the white box now. Whatever the card does will be listed in the white box here. So this is block 1 Clank. This is block 2 Hazard right there. We've got +4 Treasure and +2 Frost Embers. Those are obviously very simple cards, but then you get some more complicated cards like, like Suit Up. Suit Up has got like a ton of words on it, so you can see the flexibility we have in the cards here, and what we can display on them. So like you got Chill Step here. This one here is blocks 2 Hazard and future sneak cards, that being those over there. Future sneak cards played gain +3 Frost Embers, and this bonus can stack. We have all kinds of new cards. I'm not going to reveal all of them right now, but we got the Swagger here, which is +12 Treasure, +12 Frost Embers, but you shuffle 2 Stumble cards into your deck. And you might be asking, what's Stumble? This is Stumble here. These are now bad cards. This is the only bad card, and it will get added to your... Did I talk about this? I don't remember if I talked about this or not. This will get added to your deck automatically after you start the game, and the more difficult your game you're playing, the more of these will get added to your shuffled deck. And again, they don't stay in your deck, but they're added and then pulled out at the end. But these are just basically bad cards. This one, when you draw it, it adds 2 Clank right away. Technically, you'll never see this card. You'll never hold it in your hand like I am. It's a behind the scenes thing, but it functions all the same. Oh, and I forgot to add these signs here. So this is how you'll know how much the cards are, is I'm just going to put a simple number on the signs. So the cards themselves don't have to have the cost embedded in it. It's just part of the shop, which is much cleaner, I think. So above each sign or above each card will be a cost in Frost Embers right there. And as you might expect, the redstone down here is fairly bonkers. I mean, I don't know what to say. This took many hours. I do have one little bug right now where sometimes you're supposed to get 4 cards each time, and as you saw the last one, you got 5. We're gonna run it again in a second, and I'm gonna guess we're gonna get 4 cards that time. I gotta figure that out, why it's doing that, but there's a lot going on here. This took a while. I'm not going to explain it all. So let's run it one more time just for the effect, see what cards we get. We'll throw in our jar of speedy slime in there, and we will wait. Like I said, I'll probably get these sounds swapped out for something a little bit better, but I think it works good enough for now. Oh, notice the center block there, by the way. Here we go. Give me my artifacts. Still got that fish down there. And let's see what we get this time. Come on. Wait for it. 1, 2. Okay, the sound issues. 3, 4. 4. Okay, so that time it worked. Nope, now 5. Come on. I gotta figure that out. That's weird. And there was like that huge delay. Yeah, there's a weird bug in the system. Oh well. And you saw the sound didn't play in the second one too. If 2 of the cards are played, like, and the sound is still playing, so I gotta fix that out. But all of these things are doable. The effect though is great. You can see like the lighting. See how the lighting like draws attention to the cards. It's bright over there, but like dark over here and stuff. Love everything about this. And I should say there's plenty of room for expansion. I think I have like 5 empty slots on each side here still. So plenty of room. We can add a lot more rare cards and a lot more uncommon cards as the game progresses. So that is the Frost Ember shop. I'm fairly certain I'm forgetting to explain something that I wanted to mention. If you have questions, just leave me a comment and I will be sure to answer them as always. And I'd appreciate some feedback. What do you guys think we should do differently in here? What do you think we could do better? What you're about to see today is probably gonna blow your mind. And look. I mean, realistically, straight up, what we're doing today is absolutely 100% feature creep. I absolutely positively should not be doing what we're gonna do. Feature creep is bad. I hate it, and it's pushing back the deadline to this game even further. But for this particular feature, I just can't resist. Actually though, if we're really being honest, this feature is gonna be a game changer. It's gonna pretty much completely change. It's not gonna completely change how Decked Out is played, but it's gonna change the feedback to be so much better. The biggest problem facing Decked Out, and it was the biggest problem in Decked Out 1, and it's still, even with all of our upgrades here, it's still a problem in Decked Out 2, and that is feedback. Feedback to the player about what is happening to them. What is the state of the game? How are they doing? And are my cards that I've oh so carefully picked out to be in my deck, are they actually being effective? And are things going the way they should be going for me? Like right now, you know, we hear the cards as they're played with the audible, which is great, but you kind of have to just remember, wait, what did that card do? Oh, it blocked 2 Clank? Okay, I guess I have 2 Clank now, and maybe when I generate my next 2 Clank, maybe I'll hear a noise or something that lets me know that Clank was blocked. I don't know. I already forgot because sounds and all that stuff, it's too complicated. And that was the issue that really made this all come to light, is that we're just trying to do too much with sounds. Audio is great for feedback, but it can only do so much, right? It's doing heartbeat, it's doing card call outs, it's doing ambient environment sounds, and we wanted to do like all these other things like notifications that clank and everything is, oh, by the way, We made a little pool for water kittens. It's great. It's even got a little moss man hanging out in the background. We love it. But for real, it was just there was too much being done with audio, and we were going to try and stack on more things to do with audio, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So today we're going to work on an insanely cool project, and it's going to involve these things. Okay, so I'm out here on the backside of Decked Out, which looks amazing, by the way. And can I just take a moment to give a shout out to Joe of the Hills, okay? This dude is unbelievable. He has taken it upon himself. I have not asked him because I feel bad. He has done the snow he's done all this over here, all this up to the thing with the thing, and he's done so much of the exterior snow work for Decked Out, and I am eternally grateful. Look how cool this cave thing looks. So Joe, if you're watching, straight up, you're the best. I thank you so much. Okay, but the reason we're out here now is to talk about maps, okay? Maps. Now, don't get ahead of me here, okay? We're gonna get there. But if you look now, I've got a map of the area here, okay? Everything's great. It's mostly water back here, okay? Which is a good thing. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the cool thing about maps now is as you walk around, okay, you can, we'll just use this ender chest. That should work right here, right? Watch. Right, everything, see where my point is over there? I can just go ahead and put this down here, boom. Because I have the map and I'm looking at the map, I get real-time updates. And if I put it in my offhand, the map just updates no matter what I do. I could put some scaffolding here probably, right? Let's just try that. Right, and now the map, you see on the map in the bottom left corner, we got the little pointy thing I'm pointing at. You can see the scaffolding right there. I think it updates every second or so. I'm not quite certain. But the point is, real-time updates for maps are insanely powerful. And we've got, I got this little simple clock here with a redstone block booping back and forth. Look, do you guys see? You see on the map, right above where I'm standing, do you see the red block moving back and forth? That shows how quick, the block updates, and within half a second every time, that red dot updates on the map, which means we can change what happens on a map with redstone. But there's a problem. Those of you paying attention at home are gonna say, aha, Tango, that's great and all, but it doesn't really work because as soon as you get outside the range of the map, let me go ahead and land on these skadoodle bits over here, and look, wait. Clock's still running. I am still in redstone range. That clock is moving. The map is not updating anymore. That red dot on the map, not moving. So what this means is a player has to be both holding a map in their hand, and they also have to be in range of the map to get those dynamic updates. But the interesting thing is, and if you look at my map now, you'll see there are two little skadoodle guys there, two little white guys in the area. As long as there is one person in range of the map that causes that map to update, anyone else who is holding that map also gets those updates. Because here I am now on the far side of Decked Out, and looking at the map, notice the red dot. The red dot is moving because that other guy, that other little chap sitting there, that's the white thing, that's Tango Cam. So what I did is I logged in my spectator account, Tango Cam, and I did have to temporarily put him into survival, but I gave him a copy of this map I'm holding, put it in Tango Cam's offhand, and then the thing is, the magic still works when he's in spectator mode. So he's in spectator mode, he's gonna stay there forever now, but he is holding this map, and by him being in this area, it forces updates no matter where I go. Now, I will admit this is a little bit janky, right? It means to do what we're gonna do today, that Tango Cam has to be logged in all the time, right? So essentially, when we're done making the feature we're gonna make today, Tango Cam's gonna have to be logged in on the server pretty much 24/7, but I'm okay with that. And I think that's not going to be a problem. So let's think about what we got here, and let's really just take this to the absolute next level. What we have is a map I'm holding in my hand here, okay? We can cause updates on that map. That is in redstone loaded range there. It's not that far away. We can send signals to it and update the map with redstone. That means I can hook into any system I want. This is my clank system right here. Right over here, we've got the hazard system. Next to that, we've got the treasure system. And next to that, we've got the frost ember system. All of these things are right here with all kinds of information about how much stuff is going on, how much clank is blocked, how much treasure is queued up to be dispensed into the dungeon. And as long as I send some redstone signals over to a map coordinator, we'll call it, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we can build our own custom user interface for Decked Out too. And we're talking about a user interface that can display all sorts of feedback to the user based on that's showing them and conveying the state of the game. How much clank do they have queued up to be blocked? How much treasure is going to be dropped into the dungeon? How much frost embers? You know, how's your hazard system going? Are you generating hazard or are you blocking hazard? Maybe we could tell them how many cards they have left in their deck before they run out of cards. There are so many possibilities here that it's kind of just astonishing. So check it out. Check it out. This is the idea I have. We're going to keep it simple here, okay? I just built these two little adjacent 5x5 areas here, and if I step back and you look at my map, you can see clearly there's just two boxes on the map. Okay, they look like white boxes. But now if I did something like this and I go bloop with extra bloop, suddenly those boxes are blue. And due to real-time updates, we can essentially make a progress bar that shows varying quantities that we need to display to the user by simply adding water to some of these areas. Is it all making sense there? Are the gears turning? Do you see how amazing this is? Now, what works out pretty good here is if you look at the map here, first of all, it's pretty close to Decked Out, which is just below us here. And it's almost all water already. I mean, I've got a little bit of clearing out to do back here. This guy's got to go and stuff. But once this is done, and once I build our amazing happy fun time skadoodle user interface of awesomeness, all I got to do is clone this map 6,422 times and give one of them to every player when they enter the dungeon, right where I give them their compass. So we've got a lot to do. I got a little bit of clearing to do here. Let's get this stuff dug out. I know. I can just see the comments. You're furiously typing already. I mean, come on now, listen, it was just a little bit, right? He still did all of this. I just had to chop a little bit off right here. Flying up to the top of Deep Frost Citadel wait a minute. Did I miss a block there? No, that's part of the eyes. Oh, that's right. That's the spooky eye corner. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Where is it? Spooky eyes. Little subtle things about this build are great. I never snow capped the roof here. So here we are. Up on the top of Deep Frost Citadel now, you can see right that one. That's the corner there, and pretty much right there is the corner too. That square is going to be our map. It's cleared out. Time to build a user interface. There it is. Are you ready? Are you ready for the actual map reveal? Bam! Yes! It turned out so great. I absolutely love it. I have to thank Ori, the same artist that did our amazing door texture. She also did the layout of this, and I was like, I just want to keep it simple and clean, under the stand with a few icons, and this is absolutely perfect. And of course, when we put it in the offhand, it is right there on the side. Now, I will recommend for the hermits, there is the view bobbing thing or whatever. I turned that off because watch, if you turn view bobbing on, I mean, you can't even see what's going on. Just donga 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 donga. So with view bobbing off, it stays nice and steady. It's a little bit weird because I don't know. I think most people play with view bobbing on, but anyways, it's nice and steady there now, and now you have a custom user interface built into the game that you just, when you enter the dungeon and get your compass, you're going to get a map. You throw it in your offhand, you're good to go. You now have all kinds of amazing information literally in your palm. Okay, so it should be pretty obvious what we're looking at here, but frost embers and treasures are basically when they get queued up. If you get a card that says +4 treasure, right? 4 of these cells will light up. Right now on the progress bar you're seeing, they're all fully kind of activated. You'll never see this. So when these will lower, these are at extended right here, these will lower, and then water will automatically fill into these cells, making them blue. So you'll have like an empty cell that's like just basically watercolor. So yeah, basically if you get, a card that says +4 embers, 4 of these will fill up real quick, and then at the rate that did I say embers? I meant treasures. The rate that the treasure is dispensed into the dungeon, they will turn back off again. So it's a good way for you to know, like, okay, confirmation that a card that says +10 treasure, I see 10 lights light up, and it lets me know that things are working. The hazard and the clank are a little different and actually even a little bit better. So for these, when you queue up a card that says like block 2 hazard, two lights will light up here. And again, it's cumulative. If you get a 2 and then a 4, you'll be up to 6. And then as you generate clank, slowly walking through the dungeon, either by triggering a shrieker or by a card that explicitly adds clank, they will go back down again. So this is going to be a much more slow build up, but also a slow decline progress bar. And it's a good thing, because now you're going to be able to know, like, how am I doing? Did I spend most of my match having positive hazard block, or did I spend the entire match with this bar empty, in which case I need to get a lot more hazard block in my deck? And same things go with clank block too. It's going to be pretty much monitoring how much surplus you have. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little. And then cards down here, this one's going to take a lot of work, but it's worth it, I think. Every little 2x3 white little icon down there represents a card remaining in your deck. So when you first load up your shulker box and you decked out, all of these cards will light up, one for each card that you have in your deck, and then as you draw cards, they will individually turn blue again. These 6 wool here will submerge, and water will fill it in. And on the map here, you'll see basically they'll deactivate. So you'll know when you're running out of cards, which is going to be incredibly valuable, because that's kind of, if you're running out of cards, you want to get out of the dungeon pretty quick because you don't have anything else to help you. Yeah, so that took the better part of a full day, and as much work as that was, that's nothing compared to what we have coming up here. The redstone is going to be a tremendous amount of work. So the next step is, like, we've got our bus line system here. You guys are familiar with this, how we're sending events all around the game for decked out. It seems to be working. We're going to use the same concept and make a new bus line from our systems there over back up in the back. Where is it? Way back there to where the actual user interface is out there. So probably going to loop around the back there, and it's a lot more diggy. I went ahead and did a whole bunch. I hooked up a lot of just the main bus line here. I didn't do any of the bulk redstone out there yet, but we got about basically like 13. Yeah, let's try that again. Just my head just floating there. How ominous. So anyways, it goes from all the way down there, comes up here, it takes a turn. This time we'll use our feet so we don't kill ourselves. But this was a ridiculous amount of time, because you got to understand, a good portion of what we did down here is under the lake that the map is built on, and down there, way down there, it gets to be like I had to build my own tunnels and everything. It's crazy. So we have 4 main sections. This one right here is, I dug all this out for the card processor. You can see the bottom of the white icons here. That's where all the card lifters are going to be. Then we have the first section here. This is the clank block section. I basically had to dig out 4 of these for all of these lifters and the amount of redstone. I mean, it's gonna be bonkers. We got right here, this is the hazard block all the way down there, the treasure row here, and finally the frost ember queue. This one was completely underwater, and I had to borrow some where are they? Yeah, these things, I borrowed a stack of sponges from Corrales. Thanks, Papa K. You're a lifesaver. So I think I want to do the hard one first, the cards. There are obviously, so the card limit, the most cards you can have in your deck is 40 cards. So there are 40 icons here, 2 rows of 20. I got to hook them all up to basically like a super complicated linear extender, incrementer, decrementer thing. The incrementificator, dun dun dun. Okay, I think I've got all the water in it. I think it's done. I think it's done. I've currently got 5 blocks up. Look at the map. As you can see, there's like 5 lit up, and the rest are blue. I want to check this out now. There's a little area here that allows me to get in. Okay, let's go test it out. I am excited. This thing is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. It's straight up, by the way, guys, this is not my design. There comes a time when you have to admit that things are beyond your capacity. This is one of those times. It's quite honestly pretty rare where I can't even understand the redstone and how it works. This is one of those times. This is crazy. This is a like a 1 wide 40 block long incrementer. There's one of these for each of those guys back there, those 2x3 little units, cells that represents 1 card. It uses, these memory cell things or something. I don't know how those work. That's basically magic to me. But the real sketchy part here, this from here over is my design, and you can tell, right? Because the interesting thing is the way the cards are lined out, right? They're 2x3 each, and they're double deep. So really, we have a card starting every 1.5 blocks, and that 1.5 makes it tricky. I had to map a 40 wide incrementer to 60 blocks in length. Again, this is like 20 blocks long. There's 3 per, but it's 2 deep. So there's a lot of math and planning and stuff here. And I'm just going to hope it goes okay here. We're going to check this out. I got an increment here and a decrement here. I want to knock it back down. So if you look at the map in my hand, we have 5 cells lit up here. And you can see right there, there's like 5 repeaters lit up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the rest are off. So when I hit this decrementer now, one of those repeaters should go off, and one of the cells filled in. It turned blue. Okay, so now if I go ding, ding, ding. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, and now we do the last one, and they all turn off. It's a little bit slower filling in because obviously the water's got to fill in. Let's add 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's so amazing. So what's going to happen now is when they put their deck of cards into the game and it unloads all their cards and put it into the shulker, it's going to send a signal over here for each one that is drawn. Uh-oh. Well, that's not working. Oh, that's not working at all. Why? It's supposed to go top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, and go all the way across. We've got bottom, 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 bottom. Okay, so there was mistakes were made. I have to debugging begins now, and debugging complete. It helps if you actually put in the rest of the rails. Okay, attempt number 2 here. Everything is drained out, everything is at 0 state, and I think the bugs are fixed. I've got a little clock here that is going to add, we'll say 31 cards. Race set, go. Race set. Helps if I have a repeater there. Hang on. Test over. Pick number 3. 31 items. Go. Okay. Now look at the map, and it's still not working. What? Oh, am I going too fast? Why is that going so fast? Oh no, it definitely did too many. Extra many. Hey, everybody, we still got some kinks. Let's figure it out. And of course, it turns out the problem was with my input clock here. It was getting 2 updates per item, so it was going too fast. And if you go faster than 2 ticks, it doubled whammy jammies and bad. So now I'm going to put 15 items in here. I've slowed the clock down. It should get 2 updates per item. So when I put in 15, I should get 30 updates on the bar now. Everything's going to work great this time, everybody. I promise. Super amazing. Here it goes. So it's ticking up. This would be like your cards are being loaded from your shulker deck into the game, into your shuffler, and it stops. There we go. And there's 10 slots left. There's 30 lights lit up. Perfect. And then every time it draws a card, this signal here will be updated, decrementing the lit signal there as well. And then when the game's over, I'll just drain the whole thing out, you know. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so part 1 is mostly done, the card system. Now I got to move on to these system clock things here. Please hold while I kill myself. There we go. Okay. Down here now, where is it? Where's the first one? Right here. Here's the first one. This is clank blocked. I'm going to get this one set up and working, and then we got to do it 3 more times, 4 times total. This is a lot of work. Okay, here we go. These things take a lot of work. There's a lot of resources that go into these things. Check it out. Look at this. I've got, well, hold on, over here. I can hop up here. Every one of the cells that you see on the map, those little, like right where my cursor is now on the map, every one of those little blocks is 5 by 5, right? There's 15 of them per row or whatever, per system, and there's 4 systems. That's a lot of powered rails, a lot of observers, and a lot of sticky pistons. So here we go. This clunker is my design. I went with this for a couple reasons. I had some goals I wanted to be able to increment as fast as possible. Like for things like treasure and frost hammer stuff, when you get a card that says, you know, this card to give out like +10 treasure, I didn't want it to take 10-15 seconds for that progress bar to fill up. I wanted it to be as fast as possible, so this thing is got like quad speed filling on the hopper rate, so you can increment this at 1 tick intervals and it will fill up just fine. Another advantage is that you can increment and decrement at the same time because it is inventory based. Essentially, it's all about what's in that barrel right there. There's a comparator reading off of that. Zombie Cleo was blown up by Zombie Cleo. You know, these things happen. Where was I before the dog started barking like crazy? Oh yeah, super fast incrementing. You can increment and decrement at the same time, and it supports item overflow. You'll notice we're using a barrel chest thing up there too, because we're actually here. Let me skadoodle up here. Parkour master, ladies and gentlemen. Those two hoppers are both firing, or those two droppers are firing at the same time, firing into the chest boat thing. And the chest boat thing, quad hopper speed into here, and the whole thing works based off of swords. Basically 2 swords equals one tick on the old comparator skadoodler. And then from there, like from there all the way down there is 1 comparator signal up to 0 to 15. It's just some clever spacing of the comparators with blocks and stuff. So we only decrement 1 comparator count right here every 6 blocks or so. So every 6 blocks we light up the next one and give a little observer tick, and things light up. And I'm now realizing that might be the worst redstone explanation I've ever done. But to be perfectly honest, I'm just kind of itching to get this done. I've got 3 more to go down there, a lot more piston and observer placing, and I just want to get this hooked up and do like a quick little mock run and see the cards actually modify the values on the map. It's gonna be amazing. That awkward moment when you realize I can't use redstone blocks above my thing in the thing, powering all my pistons. Wonderful, wonderful. It turns out the replacement for redstone blocks is TNT. That makes me super happy. I can't wait to place all that here. What could possibly go wrong? I don't like the idea that there's observers powering up into TNT. I mean, it's totally be fine, right? 1,500 observers, 1,500 sticky pistons, 1,500 powered rails, and many hours. They're all done. All 4 of them are done and working. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not pretty back here, but they're working. As far as I can tell, like we're at the hazard block one right now, and I can go like, oh, 1, 2, 3. And then hazard block will go, oh, 1, 2, 3. There it goes. It's not super fast. It does have to go down like a comparator line and stuff. So there's a little bit of delay. I mean, there's really 2 issues. There's how fast I can input, and then there's the delay before it responds. I can input super fast here, but the delay before it actually adds those things is pretty high. But it's good enough, I think, at least. You know, like the removal, the decrement here is more of a queuing system here because it has to queue it up so that, you know, the way the hopper pulls it out and stuff. But anyways, I mean, it's working. So I'm itching now. What I want to do is I want to hook all of this up to the actual game events. If you watch like right down here and here, and I go down here, and then check it out. I dug this out because it takes us right to the card processor in decked out. So these, I will hook these up to the card increment and decrement lines, or card increment and then decrement will be coming from down there. Anyways, we're hooking everything up and we're going to do a little simple trial run and see if it all works. Okay, it is testing time. I hope this works. I've tested them all individually. They work. I haven't tried it with the real deck of cards though. So here's what we got. These are our temp cards. I've got 2 of each of the commons that we have: Stability, Sneak, Treasure Hunter, and Ember Seeker. So this should test all 4 of those progress bars, and then obviously I should have 8 cards light up on the thing as well. Now the thing to keep in mind is sometimes like treasure and frost embers, because as soon as you add treasure, it immediately starts taking away. So if we add, like, a treasure hunter should add 4 treasure, we might not see all 4 light up. We might see only 3 light up because it's already starting to do some. I don't know, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna sleep here, and we're gonna go. Now, I'm not actually doing a real run here. I'm not gonna go into the dungeon. I'm just gonna sit at the entrance and test cards. So again, we should see 8 cards light up, I hope. There's no way this is gonna work the first time, but I'll be super excited if it does. Go. Okay, give me a card, do the thing. We still gotta light that up better. One of the things that's bad is notice how dark the, what do you call it, the map gets in certain areas here, right? Like, it's, when you go into low light, the map gets really hard to read. Okay, we should start seeing cards incrementing soon. course it's not gonna work, I would imagine. It's not working. Oh, there they go. Okay, 2. Only 2. I think there might be an issue on the... I'm pulling it off of a hopper, and I think there might be a solid stream of cards. Let's see if this works out. Wait, we're gonna edit this so we just hear the card callouts.
Ember Seeker.
Okay. Ember Seeker plus... Oh, that was amazing. Oh, why is there treasure? Why did treasure go up? That was weird. Ember Seeker popped up twice there and went down as it should. I don't know why treasure went up. Why is treasure going up and down? Treasure, go home. You're done.
Treasure Hunter.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. Treasure Hunter went up to probably 4 again, but it immediately starts processing them out. Oh, it's messed up. It went up again. Something is making Treasure Hunter go up a little bit. I'm not sure what it is, but you can see how it's slowly pulling the treasure out. That's so cool. So you see when it bursts up when you get a card draw and then it fades out. Yeah, something is still ticking that up. I'll have to look and see what that is. One minor bug though. We're okay.
Sneak.
There's the sneak with the 1 clank block. Perfect. I can't tell you how excited I am right now. Now that should stay until I generate... Oh, that's treasure. Some clock, like a card draw or something, is pulsing the treasure line. I probably just got redstone signals mixed up somewhere, but that's okay. That's a minor thing. We can track that down. I want to get a stability now.
Stability.
There it is. It actually pops up before the card calls out.
Blocked.
Oh, and it blocked out. That's amazing. The timing is so good on that. Like the second it says hazard blocked, the thing went down. Still got the treasure thing. Let's see if I can go block a clank. Hopefully there's not a Ravager around here to eat my face.
Stability. Stability. Hazard blocked.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Plank blocked.
So much just happened there. Why did it play?
Plank blocked.
Why did it play? Okay. Something's messed up there. We got 2 stability cards playing right away. At least that's what I think I'm gonna. I want to go check the edit. That's the best part about this is going to be such a great debugging tool. Now I definitely should not have.
Hazard blocked.
Okay.
Plank blocked.
There's no reason I should be blocking clank right now. This is a fantastic debug tool. Okay, my heartbeat is kicking in. You can see the treasure went up with Treasure Hunter, and then it's fading down slowly as it's depositing treasure into the dungeon. I think we have like 1 Frost Ember card left, and that should add 2 Frost Embers, I think. Let's wait for 1 more here.
Hazard blocked. Ember Seeker.
There's the last Ember Seeker. It went up to 2, down to 1. And you can hear the treasure coming into the dungeon. I'm not sure what's adding treasure. Okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad first run. We got a little bit of wonkiness, but I think I just got some redstone wires crossed out. This is amazing. I love the feedback of this.
Sneak.
There's the sneak. It blocked 1 clank. That's the last card. I think that's the last of, that's the 8th one now, I think. Oh, we got Ravagers and treasures. Gotta go. All right, I'm calling that a resounding success. Absolute success there. We got to finish this up here. We have so much to do. Okay, this is great. This is going to be amazing feedback for the player. It's going to be a great debugging tool for me to find out some of these odd things. You're like, why did we get all those clank blocks there when we should, for instance, we got to figure out what's pulsing treasure. Maybe too much treasure. I know what that is. I forgot. I just realized because that click right there, ignore all that. That is, wait for it, over here. Yes, this is my automatic treasurificator. It automatically deposits treasure into the dungeon. I'm guessing, why isn't that going down? Oh, because the games, oh, we have so much to test. That's what's going on with the treasure, though. That's what was making the treasure pulse. I'm so excited right now. Well, guys, it's not working perfectly, but it's there. We've got some minor things to debug, but this is the greatest thing ever. I cannot wait for this to be accurate and precise and counting cards. We're going to get all that working very, very, very soon. I've been doing redstone, lots of redstone. Level 2 redstone is pretty much complete. Level 2 now has a 22 artifact artifact drop-off stations, lodestonificators sprinkled throughout the dungeon. We've got 35 clank detectors on level 2. They're gonna be clanking it up. And of course, we have a 22 treasure droppers sprinkled throughout the dungeon, paired of course with 22 frost ember droppers. And we have 8 sections, 8 very key sections of the dungeon on the orange line here that is hazard aware, I guess you could say. Traps sprinkled throughout the dungeon that trigger or activate with hazard. And I've also got the 9 locations for evokers picked out in the dungeon. The evokers aren't in yet, but the locations are there, and I'm starting to prep the area so that they can kind of be a little bit concealed. I'm very excited about it. We will probably get the evokers moved in on a stream. Speaking of the stream, like, I don't even know, I've done so much progress in the stream lately, and I think, like, you guys haven't even seen this, right? This whole thing has changed here. We got this whole trap here now. This area got completely changed. We got a trap here when this turns on. Here, wait for it. Look at this guy. We built this on stream. There's like this little thing now. This is hazard activated, so a hazard could activate this beforehand. It's just like standard, and the chains won't move. But once the hazard activates it, you got a little. Oh, I got lucky there. I got very lucky. And if you fall down in the middle here, you may land on a spike. If you're really bad, you'll walk into the lava. But it's gonna kill some time. You gotta shift, obviously, and then you take this little vine and get back up here, and you try again. Oh, I'm amazing at this. But part of the process of me like seriously evaluating level 2 and putting in all the clank detectors, all the artifact drop-offs, all the treasure and frost ember dropper things and everything is kind of really evaluating the flow of the dungeon. And the result, the output of that is some of the areas changed. Like this corridor is new here. You used to not be able to get from this room over to here. This was kind of a dead end, and I didn't like that. It felt too dead-endy, if that makes sense, and like no one was ever going to go over there. So now it's like it's another way to go. We've got a couple of these too. We've got, let's see, this one. Oh, Pearl's room. Hey everybody, Pearl's room is amazing now. She redid it. To be clear, I did not ask her to do this. I was totally fine with the way that it was. But this is even better. It's so like Egyptian temple, Aztec kind of thing going on now, and it's amazing. She kept the same general layout of the room. Oh, but it's so good now. The feel of it and everything is great. Skulls and little tombs and treasure piles and everything. I love this place. But then, yeah, this is another area here. I busted out this wall. This used to be a solid wall right here. Now you can get across here and connect over into this area. This is the path that leads up to the spider den. This is another area that leads over into the, obviously into the lake. And this leads down into the dripstone cave of death and sadness. So many changes though, so many changes. This trap here that used to be covered in lava, I toned it down. I didn't think anyone was actually gonna go in here because lava is very dangerous. Now it's totally safe. Anyway, this is now also hazard activated. So these little flippy flips here, this flippy flip here, and the thing in the, oh, that's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be, oh, I should leave now. Okay, that should do it, I think. Let me flip this back in there. Okay, now, yes, everything. This is much better. This is the... I'm so very good at this game. Yes, now as you can see, it's very easy. I got this jump boost on. It's super difficult with jump boost. Anyways, now you should be able to just doodle right across here and get in here. It's definitely harder with jump boost and go across. But these trapdoors and all these flippies, these are going to activate now when the hazard turns on. And the penalty now is not immediate death. It's just some damage from the wither roses. And the infamous drip leaf parkour area that we made a while ago. By the way, there's little friends down here now that want to greet you when you fall in there. Anyway, this guy has been upgraded now, so by default there's these little jumpy platforms there that you can now jump on. You can hop up here, hop up there, and then just easily get across those. But then when the hazard activates, those retract, and then you actually have to do the drip leaf puzzle. Just further kind of enforcing the idea that it's not bad at first, but hazard is going to make it a lot worse to get around. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure what you guys have seen and what you haven't seen at this point. There's been so many changes. This is like this right here. This is going to be the stairs to level 3. So coming home, the back of the bow, we have this inconspicuous little rock pile here, but now thanks to Cub, we've got a little friend in here. We got Davy Bones in here, and Davy Bones is he's got a little bow on him, so he likes to shoot you when you go by here. Oh, look at the little bubbles on him. I don't like that. Why does he have bubbles? Is he getting beacon effects? What's happening with your bubbles, Davy Bones? Whoa, okay, it looks like it stopped. Someone explain to me what just happened there, why he was getting bubbles briefly or something. And as much as we've got done already before even starting today, there's a lot more I want to do today. The primary thing I want to do today is get a lot of cards programmed in the card programming tray here. I have, what is it, 12 by 4? I think I have like 48 slots for normal cards, and I think there's like 16 or so slots for permanent cards over there. So I think today, because I've also been doing a lot of work on the cards and really refining them and getting them where I'm happy, I think today we're going to be revealing a lot of the cards and getting them programmed in here. And to make a lot of these cards work, that means we have to get like second ancillary systems on board as well, like the beacon coordinator. I've got all the beacon beams in the official beacon beams. Like this is them here. We have like 4 sets of these 4-packs of beacons sprinkled throughout the dungeon, and then we got to use like piston things and coordinators and things to turn these on and off based on cards. And I think I'm going to build that in there and dig that out. We got much to do. Back to all the redstone, and I started thinking about doing a lot of the card processing and card programming, as I'm calling it, on these layers here. And I'm quickly realizing that I need like little subsystems in place first. And this right here is the first one. This is a beacon coordinator, I guess is what I'm calling it. So we're gonna have 4 of them tiled up here, identical systems, and I call them coordinators. They're basically beacon time incrementers or queuing systems, if you will. So there's gonna be a lot of cards, for instance, that add run speed to add run speed time in 15-second increments, and every time they do, they're going to signal this thing, and every time they power this block, it's going to kick a block over and increment 15 seconds into the system. So that will basically unpower this, activate this hopper clock here, which is going to go on 15-second cycles. This line right here is what I'll need to then hook up to all 4 of the run speed beacons that are spaced around the dungeon. So as long as this is on, they will have run speed. But the best part is it's a queuing system. Like if I'm in the middle of a 30-second run speed addition, we'll call it, from a card, and I get another 15 seconds, it just adds it in and it'll queue it up. So you'll get 45 seconds in total, which is great. I didn't want to rob them of time. So that's why we built this little queuing system here that will run through all the time necessary. So this one will be for run speed. We got to do the other 3, which is going to be, what is it? Jump boost, resistance, and regen. By far, run speed is the one used the most though. And I gotta say, I put a lot of time into where to put each card. Like I'm looking at what the card does and what properties it has, what other cards have similar kind of properties, and I'm grouping them together or placing them. For instance, anything that adds beacon effects are going to be right down here on this end so that they have quick access to all the beacon coordinators. Essentially, I'm just really trying to not make this be complete redstone spaghetti. I mean, it's going to be to some extent, it has to be, but if I group things together in an intelligent way, I can really reduce things. Okay, so we got the run speed, the jump, the resistance, and the regen beacon coordinators in, and I was all happy and everything's great. And then I realized there's an actual problem here. You see, the way beacons work, and you probably know this, is right, like, so if the beacons are off like this, we're obviously dealing with the regen beacon here, so you can see the effect is off now. It is ticking down. Once a beacon becomes active, there's basically random time within 0 and 4 seconds that the effect will be applied to you. So like when I reveal this and then go here, regen is, that was a long one. Okay, that was like probably 3 seconds, or maybe even almost at the end of 4 seconds before I got that regen effect on. But unfortunately, I can't leave this beacon beam exposed for 15 seconds. Otherwise, this is just gonna keep stacking and stacking and stacking. And when I turn it off, there's gonna be another 16 seconds still going after that. So what I think the solution is, and this took me a while here, of course, as everything does, I modified the coordinator here, and basically we got a little pulse limiter and then a pulse extender out to 4 seconds. So at the beginning of every cycle, the beacon will be over here. Hold on. That guy right there will light up for 4 seconds at the beginning of every cycle. And that 4-second window will be enough for the beacon beam to apply its effects, but then it'll turn off, right? So it's not going to keep stacking the effects on, but then right as the next the next cycle starts again, this is going to turn on, and hopefully it should just refresh automatically. Hopefully. But some good news is I've actually programmed 2 cards here, 2 very trivial cards, but hey, we're getting them done here. This first one here is the second wind. Second wind does 2 things, very simple. It gives you 15 seconds of run speed and 15 seconds of regeneration. Regeneration being obviously the big one there. So this line here goes over to the regeneration beacon coordinator, and this line here on top of the clay will go up to the run speed coordinator, and that's it. that card's done. And likewise, this one's pretty easy too. We got sprint here, and this one, shouldn't be there. Should be like that right there. This one, when this one turns on, basically just gonna extend this guy here, and you're gonna get quick 4 ticks that are going to pulse down this line. So we're going to add 4 cycles automatically to the run speed coordinator. Again, each cycle is 15 seconds, and we're going to add 4 of them. Sprint adds 60 seconds of run speed. Now, of course, those are pretty much trivial examples. There's going to be some that are crazy complicated, like counters and multipliers and all kinds of things, and they're going to take up quite a bit of area. Oh, by the way, anyone wondering what these colors are for here? Those are my ethereal card slots. So ethereal cards need to go on those slots, because anything built on those cards are not going to be returned. They're going to be destroyed after they're used. Now here comes the bad news. This video is already running extensively long due to the Warden Wither shenanigans. And if I'm honest, I want to get this footage out to you guys, and my brain needs a little bit of break. So I think I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'm starting to get, I don't want to say burnt out. I'm totally excited about the project still and everything, but I've been doing redstone for like 4 or 5 days straight. I mean, all of it was off camera, of course. It's all just repeating what we had for level 1, but it took 20 hours or so, maybe. And I gotta be honest with you guys, at this point, my priority is finishing Decked Out, not making videos. And I know that sounds weird, but time's a ticking, right? We've got to finish this project, and anytime I can just put my head down and just grind out some work, I am going to do it. And that's kind of what we did for this episode. It was all front loaded. So I hope you guys understand where we're at in the priorities, and we're pretty much in Insano crunch mode at this point, just trying to get everything done. I am incredibly excited to begin levels 3 and 4. We're probably going to do them at the same time. I've got a lot of ideas floating around. It's going to be good. Today, we're going to build all of level 3. It's ready. It's designed. It's done. We are ready to bring it onto the server today. It is huge. It's amazing. It is the Black Mines. And it's going to take up pretty much this entire chamber, with the exception of over there. It's going to stop right before it hits that wood, but it's going to be from like here over to here and all around here. Now, the building alone is probably going to take at least 20 hours, but before we can even start that, I've got some digging to do. I did my best to kind of fit it into this area here, but we got to trim a lot of stuff out there. We got to trim some ceiling out. I think we got to trim some of this out over here. We got some diggy to do. And yeah, I mean, I'm incredibly excited. I'm incredibly excited to get this in. I love the level that we're going to build today. I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. I can't wait to show it to you. I can't wait to walk through it and give you the full tour. So I think it's head down dig time. I'm going to probably take the rest of today and get this dug out as much as we need to. And we are back from the digging, and while we were in the hole digging away, we were visited by a friend. None other than the hot guy himself stopped by to drop off an autographed copy of his new merch, which I absolutely love. If you haven't seen Scar's latest video, you absolutely have to go check it out. It's amazing. But I was talking to Scar, and I think there might be some exchanges, some bartering possibly happening. I don't have many diamonds, but I think maybe we'll trade him some decked out keys for some of his merch, because I love it. So we got a new rug in our storage room. It's not going anywhere. I love it. And we've got a giant hole that has been dug here. It took me all day to dig this out. It doesn't look like that much, because it was a lot of air already, but it took all day. I've never sped up a time lapse as much as I did this one, because digging deep slate, not fun at all. And in addition to digging the massive hole, we had a very productive live stream just today, actually, where I finally closed off this area, connected the loop here, and we have the entrance to the Black Mines. We've got little skulls, condemned and everything. I love it. This is great here. So we followed the same pattern. The copper, the oxidized copper, is the kind of the vault door showing you that you're about to go to a next level here. And this area here is Ravager proof. Now we had to add this stalactite here so that the Ravagers couldn't get through there, because obviously we don't want them going down to level 3. And then of course this whole area back here with the lake and everything is already Ravager proof. So I don't have the actual keys yet, so instead we're using rockets as our key, because it was the first item I had on hand, and boom. Yep, we kept the Zelda tune because it's amazing, and why not? It makes me so happy. And we did this whole area in stream here. We got a staircase that goes down, cuts the corner. We kept the same exact stair design as going from level 1 to 2. And by the way, fun fact, this is the last staircase. There is no staircase going from levels 3 to 4, and you'll see why in a little bit. You turn the corner here, and then right here, this is going to be the entrance room to level 3. The Black Mines. So we've got our resources all collected. We've got the massive hole dug out. The only thing left is to start the massive, massive task of building all of level 3 of Decked Out. And here we go. Let me take you on a little tour through the Black Mines. This is descending down into level 3 now. And before we get going, hi ZF. Before we get going, a couple things I want to mention. The Black Mines are an abandoned mine shaft. The miners dug too deep. They dug into the warden's lair down below, and the wardens came up, took over the mines, and as you can see, have begun infecting it all throughout with their skulk. The next thing I'd like to mention is that I got help with this level. I want to be forthcoming with that. I normally like to do things all by myself, but given the time sensitivity and the urgency with which I really want to get Decked Out done, I looked upon some of my amazing builders from my Patreon server, got their help. So big shout out to TP, Zalvi, Kashmir, and Cable Guy. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the help and getting this all put together. So let's go. This is the entrance room right here. This room and the room to my left here are warden free. Wardens cannot come into this room. Some Ravagers came down here to try to take back the place. They didn't make out too well. But yeah, this first room here is warden free, and that is because, I mean, it'd be a bummer to come down here and have a warden staring you right in the face. You know, this way here, you have a choice. You can go that way or that way. So this first room, and quite honestly, the entire level here has just a huge amount of detail, way more detail than levels 1 and 2. That's why I'm absolutely just in love with it. We got a little banner here that telling you that this mine shaft is condemned and it would be unwise to travel down here. Going to the left here, we have like a little just kind of ante room where you can like hang some tools and stuff. I want to hang some tools on like some, you know, on these little like hooks here and things like that, like invisible armor stands, I think, like a pickaxe or something like that. I think would be good. A little drop, a 2-block drop down here, intentional, for jump boost into this little transition room. But going straight across the main entrance here, we immediately get to the mine tracks, and this is a main area of the dungeon here. We have here, this going down here leads into a kind of a split here. Level 1 straight ahead, level 2 down below, and level 3 to the left. I should say floor, not level, because this is level 3, the Black Mines, but there are 3 floors within this this particular level. It's large. But before we even get to that, there's this room over here. This is like the ore loading zone. This is how ores would have been like removed from the dungeon. We have this like crane or hook from the dark depths up above there that was like lower down here, and the ores would be lowered or driven in here, put into their corresponding holding cells, and wait to be delivered. I try to make the entire dungeon honestly look and feel like it was actually functional. Okay, so I don't think we'll have time to do the entire dungeon, or we'll have to just go quick through the rooms because there's a lot. But if you want to see a full extensive tour of the dungeon, there is a live stream I did over on my second channel on Tango Tech 2. I'll try to leave a link on the screen or in the description and everything. Go follow that, subscribe, and watch the entire thing where I talk in depth about the entire design. Okay, so level 1 immediately opens up into a triple tier grand hallway, I guess you could say, with like a lot of crossovers and everything down below. You can see all 3 levels here. All the way down there is floor 3, floor 2, and we are on floor 1, all being held up by these massive chains and support systems and everything. And then off on each edgeway here, it basically immediately turns into the dark, and this is where the mines got its name, the Black Mines. Now, the first interesting thing I want to show you is all the way down at the end here, looking down. You see all those copper blocks there? That actually is the entrance to level 4. I'm gonna put like all of those on like double piston extenders, and that whole, what is it, 5x5 area is gonna open up, and you actually jump through there to get down to level 5. So it is kind of like a vertical floor exit to level 4. And the other interesting thing is there you can put the key to level 4 right here. You can put it right there, and there's another one, you can't really see it. There's another one down on level 1 down right around there, so that you can put it in as well. And these are all connected with a hopper chain, so wherever you get the key, you can put it in whichever barrel is closest, which I kind of did that on purpose because quite honestly I think it'd be fun for people to put the key in up here and just jump from up on the top floor. I think that'd be great. Now off the main hallway here, on the sides everywhere, there's all these little like rooms with like kind of dead end rooms with a lot of detail. Like this is an old abandoned kind of like barracks or just resting quarters with like extra bedding and bunk beds and everything. Got another one over here. This is like an iron mining room with a little bit of desk work and everything. You can see it's the cobwebs and everything. It's been abandoned for a while, and you can see here this is a good example of the skulk. It's just taking over and infesting the entire dungeon. But we got this nice little drill technology here, drilling into where the iron is. Absolutely love it. Down here to the left we have a long corridor. This is kind of like one of the only places where we have something like this, a long corridor that's just completely overtaken by skulk, and there'll definitely be some like coins and ember drops and stuff like that, maybe some artifact drops back here, and we got a little open peek hole here, I guess you could say, where you can look down and see the entire length of the first floor of the Black Mines. I think it just looks like great. It's a great little view from here. Another room here. This is a copper mining room. It doesn't make much sense. You can pretty much mine every ore you want in this dungeon, but it's fun and it gives a lot of variety. So yeah, the copper room here kind of meanders around. It's like a thick little copper thing over here, so they would have been mining back here. And one of the things I want to show is this staircase here. So this is a good example of a staircase that connects the two levels together. They're kind of, I don't want to say hidden, but narrow little staircases along the edges of the map, and this is what makes traveling or traversing level 3 of Decked Out so interesting, is finding these staircases and seeing where they connect is going to be tricky. And it leads down into a little lapis room down here that's got this amazing little cart here on wheels with a little track system. Absolutely love how this turned out here. These tracks here, like you had to use stairs and everything here so the walls wouldn't link up, and you get like this nice tracking system, and the grindstones just look absolutely perfect as wheels that push this little cart around. Perfect stuff. We've got kind of a water themed room here, like it's a little bit more aquatic and lush, I guess you could say. Some vegetation growing down here with another drill that was drilling in where the lapis is, but again, it's starting to become overgrown. We got some fish that they want to live down here. All sorts of details. Continuing on, this is a great view. I'm just kind of jumping around everywhere here. Hi, Mumbo Drone. This is a good view right here. You can just get a good sense. We're on floor 2 here in the Great Hall, and you just get a sense of the size and depth of this place. It's great. I love these little crossways here. Little side fun fact here, these little fires here, they're more than aesthetic. They look like, aesthetic like braziers or something like that, but it's actually interesting because a player really won't go across that because it's like there's a very good chance you're going to burn yourself. But the warden obviously doesn't care about fire, so if the warden could walk right across these walkways here, across all of them. So if there's a warden like over there and they see you, they could just be like right across here. And I don't think the player will expect that, which is a good thing. But moving across it, there's a couple rooms I want to show you for sure here that I think are just absolutely incredible. This is a gold mining processing room here. You can see this massive gear machine here, and you can just hear this machine working with the gears turning and everything, grinding out all the gold bits in the wall here, and then it's kind of putting everything on this little conveyor belt system that moves along here and goes through the little tunnel there and into the next room where it comes out here, comes along the conveyor, goes into the furnace in the back there, comes out as a nugget, and then you got a little block here, and it gets stacked up on the pile. I just love how these two rooms like fit together. A little bit of extra storage and stuff here. Great. It just, the whole mine shaft here area here just feels like it was functional and it was working. But now the wardens have been here and they've been just spreading their disease everywhere. And you can see down here in this room, we actually have another staircase here that leads down to floor 1 of the Black Mines, where we have a kind of lava themed area, I guess you guys. We're on floor 1, so things are starting to get hot here. A little overgrown, not overgrown, but fire is starting to take over the place here. Another diamond mining room in there that is lava is peeking in and fire is just starting to overtake everything. And down here on floor 1, we're down now at the entrance to level 4. Again, these are the copper blocks we looked at from way up there. So you can see just, you know, the height again here and the chain that lowers down. And obviously when the chain is here, you can't get down. You'll be able to see down there, but you won't be able to get down there. But again, these copper blocks are all going to retract from double piston extenders in a nice little pattern, and the player will drop down. And this is the last place right here where you could put a key to gain access to level 4. And since this is the bottom floor of the black mines, I wanted to do something a little bit more fiery and lava based, again, because you're getting close to the next level. Things are starting to heat up here, so I have these kind of like magma lava fire areas in the middle here that I don't think the players are going to intentionally go into, but again, the warden will walk right across the fire. There's a little staircase here to get in and out on each side there, over there as well. So again, if there's a warden there, they'll just drop right down in, walk across, climb up the stairs, and come right at you. So many rooms, I won't even have time to show you. Again, you guys should really check out the live stream replay on the second channel. But we have a redstone mining room here with a vertical drill that is drilling down into the magma. Again, looking for some redstone bits and everything. Absolutely love how everything in these little rooms came together. And then meandering through the black corridors here is one of the things I really like about the mines here is on both ends of the of this level, it opens up into a larger cavern here. Okay, so you can see there's all kinds of like little three-dimensional you know, like you go down there to do some mining, you can go back here to do some mining, all these little alcoves and little mini caves and things. There's a second tier up there with some like scaffolding and stuff. Let's actually walk up there. To get up there, you either need jump boost or you got to walk all the way around here, walk across all this thing. I'll show you, there's a good view from up here. But again, there's all these like little extra scaffolding areas. People could do some mining back here, and you just get a great view of the whole area here. There's like a crane or some kind of operating system here where you can lift this cart up, and the idea is it would rotate around and lower down, and the miners could fill it up, and then it would lift it back up to the second level there, where they could just, you know, there's a mine cart there that would drive it down and then take it out of the mines. Got our fancy little cart here full of coal ready to be removed from the dungeon. Absolutely love it. And this staircase that I built here, this staircase here takes you back up to the second floor. You can see this is the crane operating the minecart here, and again, you get a good overlook of this vast open area. So if we head down to the other one at the other end, I'll show you if I can do this with my elytra sheeties. See if I can hop over here. Anyways, yeah, everything's fine. This is the other end now. This is the one of the other larger caverns that opens up, so you can see all the way up to the third floor up there. And again, more mining operations over here, more scaffolding for multi-tier stuff. And I actually decided to add some like lava pits and stuff over here. These are warden proof. The warden cannot fall in there because they're hype, but the player definitely could if they wanted to. One there, one over there with some smoke coming out, and then I think there's another one over here. Yep. And a staircase here which leads back up to floor 4. It's kind of a maze following all these staircases around, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great, and it's gonna be very terrifying. Once you put a warden in here with some blindness effects, it's gonna be, the players are just gonna be always scared, and I can't wait. Now, the thing to note is the entrance to level 4, as you know, is down in there, right? Through that copper there. The way back is kind of at the base of this little tower here, right here. This is probably going to be a bubble vader or something. I'm not sure yet, where the player will return from here. So to get from here to, I mean, they essentially have to go to up here to get home, but to do that, there is not a direct route at all. You're gonna have to weave through all the levels, find the staircases, crisscross across multiple of these walkways here and everything. It's gonna be difficult. Honestly, there's just so much more to see, but here, there's one room I want to show you in particular here. Going down to the left, this leads down all the way to the first floor of the Black Mines, but stopping off here is the warden's office. This is kind of like a little management area where not the warden, what am I saying? The foreman's the warden does not sit around in an office chair. Yes, that would be very weird. The warden just asking, how can I help you, sir? No, the foreman's office. He's got a little bell outside. I said he's got a little bell outside here with a little mailbox, and you go inside and it's just a beautiful office with a desk and the flickering lights that just randomly flicker on and off. You'll be able to see a little patio. There we go. There you go. I love it. I love this. Just a randomizer up there. All this shelving and stuff for extra stuff. I gotta get more stuff on these metal shelves here, but extra supplies, filing cabinets, all sorts of things in here. Little rivets on the sides. All these little details here. It's starting to collapse in though. It's great. The ceiling with the beams up there and everything. I absolutely love this room. So now if you've been paying attention, you've been hearing some skulk sensors going off throughout the dungeon. You can see one here. You can see one right there. Another one up over there. They're all kind of hidden, but they're all placed in very specific locations. These are going to be swapped out once 120 hits. These are going to be swapped out for calibrated skulk sensors. And we have an interesting kind of dilemma down here on levels 3 and 4. Obviously, we can't, like we did in level 1, we hid evokers in the walls, right? And when the player gets to max clank, the evokers kind of are revealed and they they release the vex. We can't do any of that on levels 3, 4 because the wardens will sniff out the evokers and just blastificate them right through the walls. So we're gonna need something a little bit different for levels 3 and 4. We can't use vex as the major clank deterrent, but I obviously want clank to still have a penalty down here or something that they have to be concerned about their clank levels. We're still gonna have clank detectors and everything down here, but when they get to max clank, it's got to mean something. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use the calibrated skulk sensors and the fact that if you have an adjacent amethyst block next to a calibrated skulk sensor, you can relay that signal that the skulk sensor hears to other adjacent skulk sensors. And we're going to develop something down here that I'm coining as aggro-net. And I agree, that's quite a bit of a weird term, but to adequately describe what I mean by this, we're going to have to drop into a creative world and we're going to explain what we're going to do here. All right, so we're going to go into a little bit of what makes a warden actually aggro on a player here. You can see I'm in survival. We're in a new creative world here, though, and I got a warden locked down here. I've got a little plugin on the right that shows the anger level, and normally you have to get within 16 blocks of a warden for him to actually perceive you right there. And when he does, he adds 30 or 34, 35 anger to his internal anger meter thing. And every time I get close to him, within that 16 blocks, you can see the little particle, it adds another 35 or 30, whatever it is. And if I get up to 80 right there, that's when he decides to roar and will chase me at top speeds. If he can't reach me, he'll try to blast me. You guys know the deal. However, once we bring in the calibrated skulk sensors into the deal, they can detect your movement up to 16 blocks away and will relay it to a nearby warden up to 16 blocks away, possibly in another direction. So best case scenario, the warden can detect you moving and add anger to you from up to 32 blocks away. So you can see how it relays now. I'm much farther than 16 blocks away from him now, and I'm still getting anger on that warden that is super far away. There he goes. So where this gets really interesting now and terrifying for the players is if I put these amethyst blocks next to the calibrated skulk sensors like so, like so, like so, okay? Now, I am obviously more than 16 blocks away. I'm probably close to 60, 70 blocks away. Let me go into survival now, and I'll take a step forward, and boom, I just got aggro on that warden from 70 blocks away. Every step I take here relays through each of these calibrated skulk sensors through the amethyst blocks and aggros the warden. And now I can take one more step here. I am on the other side of the dungeon, essentially. Boom. That warden is angry at me and is sprinting at me right now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hook up behind the scenes a hidden network of redstone, essentially, that has all of the amethyst blocks on sticky pistons retracted by default. But when max clank is hit, that network is going to be activated and all of the amethyst blocks are going to extend so that they're all now touching the calibrated skulk sensors, which is terrifying because now what that means is no matter where I go in the dungeon, you can see the lights light up and the warden gains aggro on me from the other side of the dungeon. So pretty much once max clank is hit, all the wardens on the level are gonna pretty much be instantly coming for you. All right then, so here is the situation. Level 3 is built. It is fully built. I don't have to do anything more with it building wise, but we gotta do the redstone. And obviously the redstone is going to be tricky because there's 3 floors. You can see floor 1, floor 2, and floor 3. I did intentionally leave quite a bit of gap. There's like 4 or 5 block gap in most places. So there should be plenty of room, but I still got to snake some redstone around, and it's definitely going to be tricky. I got to bring the bus lines from up there down here, probably wrap it around. And yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky, but I'm already thinking about level 4, which is going to be pretty much right here. I mean, there's plenty of room down here. I don't want to go too far that way because I'm concerned about redstone load distance and stuff, but there's plenty of room down here, all right in here for level 4. And I think, I'm trying to think here, like where the actual stairs are. Not stairs, this is what I meant. The drop area is right here. So I will have to dig out this right below me. But let me see, where does it go? It'll pop out probably like right where this pillar is. Right here will be the entrance to level 4, and you can see there's plenty of area around here. So I'm already thinking about what the tile set's going to be, the palette, you know, what kind of theme and everything. Definitely going to be a lot of skulk and fire, but I'm not sure what else. Maybe some warped wood stuff. I'm not sure. A lot of ideas, a lot of possibilities. But I gotta say, I mean, I know there's still a lot of work to do, but I kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Level 4 is just going to be one open floor. It's going to be much easier to build than level 3 was. And we got a little bit of redstone. At that point, we're wrapping up odds and ends. So, I mean, we should be done in a week or so, right? Right? I mean, for real though, I do feel like I'm getting kind of close. I'm not going to put in any estimates or anything because I'll miss them guaranteed, but I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited, and that's all we're going to say. Welcome back. Welcome back to Hermitcraft level 3. Redstone complete. Start. Redstone complete on level 3. A tremendous amount of tedium. I mean, it's done. Okay, so it's not 100% done, but it's like 92.38% done. It's pretty close. We got all the clank detectors in on the red line. We got all the treasure and frost ember drops on the green and light blue line. We got all the compass drop-off lodestone combobulators done. We've even got our amazing aggro net system built in. We talked about last time where we pop up the amethyst crystals and increase the aggro radius of everything the player does throughout the dungeon for their not so much amusement. And we've even got our new fancy lub-dub system in. Lub-dub. And it's like way simpler now that we got with the powered jukeboxes now. It's amazing. We have a system here that alternates heartbeats left, right, and everything. It's so great. I love everything about the redstone down here. Lub-dub. For real though, it's been a tremendous amount of effort. We got new bus lines in encircling all of level 3. You can just see there is redstone everywhere. It took quite a bit of time, but I mean, look at this. Just redstone. It took quite a bit of time, but basically, I mean, level 3 is more or less playable. I just got to fill up the droppers and the ploppers and the artifacts and things, and it's good to go. But the one thing I want to work on today is it's something I'm super excited about. We had talked last episode down here, right? This is the entrance to level 4. I was originally gonna do like a double piston. You can even see how I started it with the slime blocks there and everything. We were gonna do like a double piston extender, the hex, closed door, whammy jammy. Listen, I don't come up with the names. I just do what I'm told. So the original idea was you would come down here and you would like put your little key in the barrel here, doing the key in the barrel thing, and then down here all these copper blocks would retract with all these like double piston extenders here, and then you would just kind of boop on down and level 4 would be down here. And I'm not gonna lie, look, I mean, that'd be a pretty amazing door going through the floor with it all opening up. I like that, but not good enough. So the first project today is we're gonna do something a little bit better here. We're going to have the floor explode. Hang on. Did he just say the floor is gonna explode? Yes, he did. So first we need to tear out all this nonsense and some of that nonsense, or pretty much all the nonsense. I broke my lub-dubificator. And get back in there. Dub. Okay, so we can't break everything. Some stuff actually needs to stay, apparently. Okay, here we go. So the plan now is we are going to put a basalt generator down here that is automatically going to cover up this 5x5 hole with a layer of basalt. And then we're gonna have to take out this chain and our little fancy crane up there, which is unfortunate because it looks kind of good, but all that crane stuff is gonna come out. And then up in the ceiling right above there is gonna be a hole, and lit TNT is going to drop out of that hole. Kaboom. So all we got to do is hook it up so that when you put your key in the keyhole thing here, the lit TNT drops down, boom, explodes the floor, and then you're just like, for real? That's where I'm going? Boop. Down you go. So the first thing we got to do is make a little area that is kind of blast resistant. And instead of doing that with like ugly obsidian or something, I'm going to kind of stick with the, with the tiles that we got here. And we're going to use waterlogged deep slate stairs here by just putting in some randomness here. And they're all going to be facing backwards. You're not going to be able to tell they're stairs, but we're going to waterlog all of these on the outside. And as you know, waterlogged blocks do not explodificate. So we're going to have this nice clean area here that's all going to be blast proof and doesn't even look blast proof. Now on the outside of the wall, it's gonna look something like this with all these like backward stairs. The inside we want flush, all the bumpy bits are on the outside over here, and we're gonna use glass here to kind of hold it. This is basically to hold all the water in. We will waterlog it from the inside, but I want to use glass to kind of remind me that don't break this or you're gonna flood all your sadness out here. And then from the inside here, we got a nice smooth surface, and I just unfortunately need to right click on each of these to fill them all up. The water doesn't like automatically make water sources or anything like that, so I just got to do it one at a time. And now in theory we should have a blast proof floor. Excellent. Burn the bat, burn the bat. Got him. Stupid bat. Okay, our blast chamber is done. All we got to do now is put the basalt generator that's going to close the floor off when we're done. So obviously this thing's got to be, fully repeatable or renewable or whatever you want to call it. So let's see, we'll do lava, lava, lava. I know I technically don't need all this lava, but I like to have it all. Okay, I guess I'm not putting one there. All right, that generates the basalt there. And then I got some pistons in here. And I think if I just go, let's see. We do dusty, 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 dusty right here. Let me give a little temporary lever thing right there. Right, so now this guy is gonna go skadoodle badoodle, and he's gonna pull that freshly made basalt up. New basalt will be made below it, and then I get stuck. Hang on, I'm stuck. Then all I gotta do is power these guys back here with another little lever like so, and then push forward. And then we just repeat the process. I just got to hook this all up, right? We go like that, like this, like that, like that. And then we're slowly pushing the basalt out, and it should come all the way over here. Now, we made this a little bit closer. We're not going to push the full piston limit. So I think what I want to do is get a little bit of non-pushable, but I don't want to see it. So I think like maybe, let's see. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 9er back here, that's probably one too many. We're good. We're fine. All right. So now the basalt will push up against that and stop, so we don't have like runaway basalt. We don't want that. And we finish off this clock here, and I believe. I believe I can make basalt. Okay, there we go. It works. Everything's pushy. No, again, this doesn't need to be fast because this is only going to happen when the game gets reset, basically, is when all this is going to regenerate. It should eventually get to this, and now it should stop, obviously, right? It ain't pushing through this stuff. Okay, and now for the final bit, I've run a redstone line up to the roof here, and we go ahead and put in some TNT. I'll go ahead and get a bunch more later because hopefully more than 64 people make it to level 3. And now for the test. I'm even gonna put the key on the second floor, because remember, you can put the key in down on floor 1, 2, or 3. We're on the middle floor here. We're gonna put the key in here. The key currently happens to be a rocket. Shh, don't tell anyone. Boom, key in. We wait. It's gonna work perfectly every time. Perfectly. Perfect. And stupid redstone fixed. We put the key in. We're up on the top floor here. It's gonna work perfect. Here we go. And go. There it goes. Whoa. Boom. Oh, I love it. And you jump in to level 4. Now it's automatically, watch, the clock is automatically gonna go, and it's automatically gonna close the door off. However, though, that's not how it's gonna work, right? I have this purple line here I added, and when the game is active, the clock is locked. So basically, when the game turns off, the clock will activate, and that's when it will automatically replenish the floor for the next person. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous the first time I put it in there that the TNT was gonna explode before it reached the bottom floor, but God, that's so good. Yeah, you gotta back up a little bit there. The hole will be plenty big and you'll just jump right through. This is the greatest door ever, by the way. Are you excited? Cause yeah, I'm pretty excited. This is pretty awesome. Oh.
Hello. There he is.
Hi there.
I see you're a fan as well.
I am a big fan, yeah. Autographed copy is my new rug. You like it?
Yeah, it's just as creepy as the one on
exactly. Yeah, it's not awkward at all.
Wall.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I thought I'd take you up on my own offer to help out with Decked Out, if that makes sense.
Oh, it absolutely does. Yes. Okay. So you want to like build like just a little area kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I just took me a while to find you. It's bonkers. I hope you haven't got too big of a thing for me, but yeah, I'm happy to decorate a little cave.
Just, hours and hours of redstone, right? That's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your base, right? You don't have a base.
This is my base, essentially, yeah. I live in Decked Out. That's pretty much how it works out.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a spot that I think could work if you want to follow me.
It looks nearly done from the inside of the outside.
It is actually. We're getting very close. Okay, ready, set, follow me.
So this is for me.
This is for you. This spot right here, particularly down in, pay no attention to the shrieker going off. I've been saving this spot for quite a while, and I didn't know what I want to do with it, but I have an idea now. I'm not going to tell you exactly what's going on there, but you can build the room that will be down here. So down here.
Down here?
Down here, yes.
Not where we're standing.
No,
here.
Down in here, yes. This platform here, I want to make this a separate room with a ladder, one-way ladder, in and out. You can like enclose it in and just kind of go around the redstone there.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is this room?
So this room, I would like this to be an abandoned laboratory, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I can do that.
I feel like you can do this.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know that the focal point of this laboratory is going to be an iron golem. So like the guy who was into all the science in the laboratory was into making golems as pets and stuff like that kind of thing.
Okay.
So a little bit of mix of magic and science going on if you can.
Yeah, okay. And this is the space I'm working with, right?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much what I've kind of done out here.
It's not massive.
It's you got plenty of space. Dig out a little bit more
as well.
A little bit more here. You can dig out pretty much as long just don't go where there's colored wool and redstone, and you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. And does it matter what blocks I use or just any?
No, I mean, try and not, neon colors and super spacey tech and stuff. That's about it. Make it feel like it's part of an abandoned cave or a dungeony feel, if that makes sense. It should be like a fantasy dark kind of thing. But other than that, go nuts.
You got it. All right, I can do this. Let me just write down these coordinates because.
How to get back here? Yeah.
How do I? Yeah, I need to make sure I remember exactly where
I can show you a quicker way to get down here than to actually go through the dungeon. It'll be much easier, actually. And just like that, Grian is going to be helping us with Decked Out. I have a room left. I mean, you saw, I am excited. I have some plans. We came up with the plan in the live stream, and the plans we have for that room are amazing. I'm going to wait to tell you what those plans are until the room is done. But yeah, it's going to involve a golem, and it might be amazing. All right, hot guy, we got one more project we want to do today, and it happens to be right here. Do you guys remember there used to be a lot of nothing right here? Look. Do you see all the drippy? Yeah, what we've made is a giant swimming pool. Oh, look, we even have people in the swimming pool. We have squids or something in there. I'm hoping there's no ravagers. Ravagers? Okay, there's no ravagers over here right now. They seem to be flocking out of this area, which is unfortunate. We're gonna have to do something about that. One's probably gonna sneak up on me. They're down here somewhere. Oh, there's one. And he's stuck because he's stupid. Anyway, this is the project we're dealing with. If you guys remember, we had this TNT, this depth charge area here, and it just kind of went to nothing. We're now making it a deep dive. I got to fill the water up, probably another 3 or 4 levels, probably up to like right there. And what it is now is, let's see if I can do this without killing myself. It's a dive. You go down this little hole here and just skadoodle around and over and down and up and over through here and all the way down here into all this. around the corner. I'm almost drowning. Down here, under the thing, and then you're here, right? And now if you remember, it comes out right here, but what we're gonna do is this is actually going to be closed off. This is not going to be accessible. The original plan of this was it was going to be a shortcut to the end of what we're at here. This is the end of level 2. So instead, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a treasure dive, and it's going to be a risk. It's going to be basically, do I want to dive down here and probably take some drowning damage? We're going to make this a harder dive, so they're almost guaranteed to take some drowning damage for the reward that will be in this barrel, or the barrel might move or something. What I need to do though is, one, make this dive be a lot harder, right? Because you see, I kind of got through and it looks ugly. I need to make it prettier. And, excuse me, friends, I need to make it a little bit harder, and so that you can get like lost in here and, you know, maybe drown and die, because that'd be great. But the idea is this barrel here, which you will be able to see through the iron bars, but you will not be able to access. It will tempt you and you will wonder how you gain access to it. But this barrel is going to generate, we're going to make a custom loot system for this barrel so that it's populated with some pretty enticing stuff every run. And at the end of the run, it's going to pull those items out if they weren't taken, and the next run it will repopulate with a new randomly generated loot set. But the key here is I need to make the dive be dangerous. It needs to be a trade-off, right? I don't want every run to be going down there to get the loot because it's easy, but at the same time, I don't want nobody going down there ever because it's too hard. It needs to be just right. Like, you take some damage and you might get lost and it's risky and disorienting, but the loot down there should hopefully be worth it. Okay, I did some work. The dive is ready. It is decorated. The treasure system is in. It's not populated with treasure, but the system is in. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back later and really Ravager proof this. It's like starting to be Ravager proof. There's still some problems. I gotta fix a couple things. But anyway, here we go. I gotta take off my amazing respirator helmet, and now is when I'll probably die. This is not easy. Ready? Here we go. You jump in. You go down. This is not a good start. You go down here. You go down here, over here, through this tight little corridor, down here. Oh, I'm gonna drown. Up here, over here, down, down, more down. Extra down, over here, down this. Okay, we made it. These bars will be here. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like from out here. Basically, they're gonna see this, and once I finish decorating and doing the inside, and they'll be able to see that chest, but not have any idea how to get in there. But maybe some clever people will realize that it's from the water drop up above. But anyways, this is the treasure chest, and this back here is the randomizer. How does it work? It randomizes loot. Basically, I got this. Okay, so basically, every time the game starts, it's gonna roll this, and every time it gets a sword, it's gonna do another roll. So basically, I said basically a lot. Every time it rolls, there's a 75% chance it will roll another roll, and every time it rolls, it's gonna keep going. When it rolls, it'll roll this right here, which is a 1 in 30 chance. Every roll will pop an item out of this dropper, and only 1/3 of the rolls will pop an item out of this dropper. So not only is it going to randomize how much loot you get with this one here, and you can get 1 piece of loot or you can get 10. Really, it's just crazy. The variance is going to be insane. But then over here, I put my simple items. This will be coins. I'll definitely have full crowns, embers, that sort of thing here. And then this is the more rare chest. There'll be a lot more full crowns. There'll be a key to level 2 for sure here. And there'll be other things too. Other things that I'm not going to discuss, that secrets that will still be here. It's definitely going to be worthwhile. And then again, when the game turns off, anything that was in this barrel will drain out. And then when the game turns on, it'll generate a fresh new set of loot, and the old stuff will get recycled back in. It's going to be great. So now I can close this off pretty well here. Let's go with cobble. We'll get a couple pieces of smooth there and there. And there we go. Something like that. Let me close this off for the last time. And let's see if we can make it out. Over here, up. I mean, I kind of know where to go, but it's very twisty turny, and there are definitely some dead ends in here. People are going to drown here like crazy. Over here, down under this, over through this tight little area, and so even if you run this basically perfectly, like I did there, or pretty close to perfectly, you're going to take a few ticks, and most people are going to take a lot more ticks. So this is great. I'm excited about this. I do want to apologize for the little bit of delay in videos we've had recently. I've been busy. I've been really busy with the IRL stuff, mostly me playing a lot of hockey and really enjoying it, and it's been great. And then that leads to me being very, very sore, not being able to move for a few days, and being sad and all that. So, you know, it's a cyclical cycle thing. But I've also been spending a lot of time planning this area right here. This is probably one of the most, I don't want to say neglected, but oldest areas of Decked Out. I mean, how long ago? It's been like a year since we made this amazing room here, right? And then we did some of this and we were just like, man, that's a future Tango problem. Well, now I am future Tango. And today we are going to solve this room here. We have two major projects in here today. One of them, the first one, most important one, is this, right? I mean, look at this. Come on. This is not worthy of Decked Out, right? Little iron door. Bleh, it's all boring. We have to make this look a lot better. And then we got to make an interesting door today. And when I say interesting door, I mean probably the coolest door we've ever seen. It's gonna make that little like wood, that door down there to enter level 1 with the stone and the scraping. That's gonna be child's play. This door here is gonna use some crazy new 1.20 technology, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be worthy of the grand entrance to Decked Out. And then of course we need to skedoodle over here, and there's all this space over here. This right here, where today we're finally going to build the crown shop, what was previously known as the coin shop, before coins got turned into crowns and crowns. This is the currency that you take out of the dungeon. You spend it here to buy ethereal cards, little temporary power-ups, all sorts of good stuff. And of course, we've got this here in the middle. This is super important. Some of you, it's been so long, some of you may not know what this is or may have forgotten it. This is the scoreboard that shows the current standings for Decked Out. Basically, every phase, players will win a certain amount of points every block here. So that we're basically making like a bar chart, right? Every block here is going to be dedicated to one player. We're going to have like a hermit's head on each one of these. I got to go get a bunch of hermit's heads. Who's got all the hermit heads these days? Someone's got to have a bunch of hermit heads. Let me know. But the idea is after they get those points, I take some snow layers and I just stack up their column, and we have a nice little bar chart showing who is winning the game. Pretty cool stuff. So this is super important. We have to keep this nice and prominent here. I think the first step, what I want to do here is some basic building, right? This wall here, this ceiling, this wall, all needs to be extended, brought over, tied into this, brought down over here, and do some stuff. And then we're going to get into some of the fancy building over here. Okay, we did a little bit of building in a live stream here, but basically just carried the roof down, kept the same simple slope with the black stones there and everything, tied it into the scoring thing here, added a couple lights. We added some ground lighting here underneath the carpet to keep the scoreboard nice and bright. Overall, it's nothing really that great, but it's what we need to get the room moving forward. I think the ceiling is a bit dark. I wouldn't mind like some more lights hanging down up there or something. Maybe we'll get to that. But what I want to focus on now, and it's the big thing with this episode here, is this. I want to get this start going the way it needs to be here. We need a much bigger opening, first of all. So I think the first step we're going to need to do is tear down this. I think this is going to be a 3-wide entrance here. We're going to have a crazy fancy door here. This is coming out. The barrel, I think, is going to go out a little bit. Maybe I put the barrel like right here. Because I want you to, this is where you're going to put your key. And by the way, they're not going to be called keys. I don't have the artwork for it done yet, but that's okay. I think the admittance into Decked Out is going to be an item called a frozen shard, like a little ice crystal kind of thing. I think it'll be good. You know, like, oh, you need a shard. You put your frozen shard in here, right? And that is what is going to cue the door opening sequence. The reason I'm not going with key is because, and we've talked about this in streams and stuff a lot. I don't want to have keys to play the game, but then also keys in between the levels, and then people are going to be like, did you get a key? And they're going to be like, no, I'm all out of keys. And they're, well, how did you go between levels? I mean, what are you talking about? Right? It's just going to make confusion. So frozen shards are the thing we're going to go with that allows you to play the game. So yeah, all this is coming out here. We're going to make a 3-wide here. We've also done a little bit of stuff here. So I added this just today here. This is an unfortunate step, but it's pretty much necessary. You know, if someone dies in the dungeon, there's really no way to distinguish them between someone who died in the dungeon and spawned right here and someone who left the dungeon and 2 days later died and spawned here. So I have this button here that says press this only if you died inside the dungeon. Boop. That will basically turn the game off and it will begin packing up your shulker box and send it up here for you along with any, well, I guess you didn't buy any items, but if you end the game and come back here, this right here will have your shulker box, not a piece of glass. It'll have your shulker box full of cards, and it'll also have all the new items that you purchased, any new cards, any crowns, any of that stuff. Victory tomes will all be here. So it says your deck and new items will be turned here. Be patient. So if you won your round, this stuff will already be waiting here by the time you get back here. If you died inside, it's going to take a little bit of time to pack it up and send it back here. But either way, I think this is a decent system. So let's see, we got to fix the floor here and do some buildy right here. And here we are. We now have an entrance that is more fitting of decked out. It's not amazing or anything, but I think it's decent. It's kind of a good looking entrance here. I think it works just fine. And we've got a little, I went with nether brick for the door here, which is weird because I don't use really nether brick anywhere else. But we got it here with a little chiseled piece in the middle here, and you come in and you put your key, which right now is a firework, and it opens the door for you and you walk right in. Now that would be sufficient. That would be sufficient right there, just like that, you know. It'd be fine. Not a single person would complain, but it's not good enough for me. Nope, nope, nope. I wanted the door to be more alive, get a little bit more flair. You guys remember the door we did that leads into level 1 with the sliding stone door with the sound effects? Something like that, but you know, even better than that, of course. So I played with a lot of ideas, and then I eventually found out that there's a new feature in the armor stand data pack that we have. You guys are familiar with this. It allows us to pose armor stands in a lot of different ways, and they've updated it for 120, and there's a new feature in here that I don't think anyone is using yet. So check this out. This is the greatest thing ever here. Watch. We're gonna go like this, standard stuff here. I'm gonna go presets. We're gonna go facepalm. Seems appropriate, right? Let me even turn on, we'll even turn on arms here, right? Okay, we got a nice face palm animation here, okay? Now I come over here and I go utilities, copy. And then the bottom center, armor stand pose and settings copied to the book, okay? So this book now, if I want, so I'll show you, like we can go like styles, or hold on a second, we can go like, 1 second, here we go, we can go like death, okay? Boom, this guy died, he fell over sideways now, okay? But now with the book, and this isn't new, this has been here, I can go utilities, paste, bam, right? And it takes the settings that were in the book, saved in there, and applies it back to the armor stand. That's all great. That's all been there before. Okay. So now watch this. We're going to go presets. We're going to go Arabiesque, right? Sounds great. He's doing a little thing here. Okay. But now this is the new stuff. And this is what just makes my mind explode with possibilities here. I can now take this and put the book. This has still got a pose copied in it. Okay. I can put this in an item frame. And if there is redstone dust in the same block as the item frame containing the book, and if you power that redstone, it automatically updates the nearest armor stand within 8 blocks and pastes the pose information in the book onto the armor stand. What? I mean, even Hot Guy is impressed. Like, it seems simple, but do you have any idea what we can do with this now? Let me show you. So back at our doorway here, what I wanted was something that was more of an experience. I didn't just want the chunk in the door opens up and you walk through. I want something more like a visual sequence with definitely some audio accompaniment that's just going to sell the whole thing. I wanted it to be like maybe even like a 10-second little show that goes off kind of thing. And I know that all sounds ridiculous and everything, but my brain, the way it works, and I was trying to think of some things that'd be fun here. I'm looking at the door. I'm like, okay, we've got, and this is actually a little bit dark here. I probably need to light this up a little bit more. But what I was thinking is, all right, we got this outer rim here, and we got these little faces here, and then we got a face here. So in my head, I was thinking, all right, you put your key in, and maybe the sequence is like these light up. Boom, boom, boom. Like, so it'd be like the first two on the bottom light up as step 1. then the middle ones, then the third ones, then that one, and then finally that one, like in sequence. Something like that, right? With sound affecting each one and being synced up with each one being lit up. And then the face in the middle lights up and just glows bright red. And then, we're not done yet, the idea was, what if something covered the entire doorway, like some kind of spinning runic symbol or something like that? I don't know, you know, who knows? Something appears here and there's crazy sound effects going off and everything, and then it finally, like, the big show at the end, there's a big flare of sound or something, and the door opens up behind the thing that's blocking it, and then it just disappears and the door is gone and you walk right through. I think that would be amazing. So that was a lot of babbling and stuff, but here's the idea now. You know, we did some work, we got some work done on some models and stuff. Now check this out, okay? What we can do is use this new, it's called an animation system. I don't know if you can't do it like fluid animations, but you can do some pretty cool stuff here. So watch, I'm gonna do this. In this little space back here, I'm going to hide this guy and this guy right here. Does that look familiar now? Look, boom. Now we have a block that is lit up and it's all lined up great and everything. But what I can do now is I can hide this, pose adjust head, should rotate it 45 degrees. And if I do the same thing again, pose adjust head, negative 45 again, boom. Now it's hidden, okay? Completely hidden. So now if I put, let's see, we'll get this block back here, right? Now it looks normal, but all I have to do now is hook up again to the redstone. Here, we'll just throw a little temp thing here like this, and then a little book. Well, I got a copy first. Okay, so now we throw the book in there, we throw some redstone right there, we throw a button on top of this, and now with some timing, use your imagination here, right? Now when we get these all tied up in sequence into audio effects, boom, we can make the things glow. The texture is off a little bit there. I think maybe I got to play with the lighting. So I believe with some careful placing of the item frames in the books and stuff, we can actually get all of these to light up in sequence. But then we get the door here, and that presents its own little problem. So the door, we're gonna have to do a couple of little tricks here. For the door, we're gonna have to put an armor stand back like right there, okay? And then we're gonna get this guy, and you see we got the face there now. We put this guy on top, and we now have a glowing face on the wall. Obviously we can't have an armor stand here, so, but that's fine because, well, I don't have an armor, I don't have the book. Where's the book? Give me the book, hold on. With the book, we can do style, stand visible, no. Styles, I mean, if we want, we can turn gravity off, right? And now it's totally invisible, but the thing attached to it still is. So all we have to do is rotate this guy down 90 degrees into the floor to turn him off. And then we got the final piece here. I think this one goes a little bit closer. It goes right there. I'm not sure, quite honestly. This is probably going to be off-centered or something. Let me see here. Hold on. If we take this and go, if we go, 1 second, there we go. Bam. Okay, so that covers the whole thing. I think I want to see if I can get this to be spinning or something. I'm not sure, but this is kind of it hides the whole wall, so that now once that pops up, again, sound effects with all this timing and everything, once that pops up, then the actual redstone door can open up, and then this goes away again by rotating into the floor, and there's just no door there. You never even see the door open. It's just gone. And there's still one more thing I want to do here. Over in this space over here, I want to add like a little game status indicator, because Decked Out can really be in 3 states here. We've got available, which means it's ready to be played. We've got in use, which means someone's in the dungeon actively, you know, dying. And then we have the final state, which is resetting, which basically means the game's done, but there has to be a 5-minute time between when the game can be played to let all the items on the ground despawn. And I want to have these light up appropriately, so let's get them lit up here, get a little glowy on them. Perfect. So now these lights will both light up, you know, across from the sign, showing the state that the game is in. So if someone comes in here and they see like, oh, resetting, like, oh, okay, just a few more minutes, I can play in a few minutes. Or in use, it's like, oh, maybe I'll come back later because someone's actively in the dungeon. I think this is going to be really handy. Okay, after many hours of redstonification, I believe we are complete in the back here. I've been very busy. Hold on, where's the fly better? All of this redstone took me the better part of a day. Pretty much everything right here is all the logic control for controlling those 3 states: available, in use, and resetting, handling all the different cases of, you know, did they die naturally in the dungeon? Did they succeed? Are they still waiting for their shulker box? Have they opened the door or not? There's a lot of edge cases, and I wanted to make sure I got it all correct. So that's what all this is here. And then we got all this here, which is all the crazy armor stand magic, and that was tricky, getting it so that all the books are in a position where they could, you know, only affect the correct book that's in range and not have overlap and stuff. And then it goes down here and down here and here and here, and super ugly line of repeaters. Basically what we have is a ton of redstone, but unfortunately I am still waiting for some audio and some visual assets here, so I think we're gonna temporarily put this on hold, and then by the end of the episode I'll be able to show you the full thing. I don't want to show it now, it's not as good as it will be. Okay, we still have a lot to do today, and the next big project, while I'm waiting on some assets for the door, you gotta stay tuned, you want to see the door open later on. But in the meantime, we're gonna build the crown shop, which is a weird name, but it's the shop you go to spend your crowns that you finally got to take out of the dungeon and buy some little temporary things like, you know, some ethereal cards, some food, some little doodads, some bits. I don't know, we'll see, we'll figure that out, but we gotta build a shop first. Okay, we've got our start here. This is fantastic. I absolutely love this. This is kind of a hybrid or a little bit of a tweak on what we did with the Ember shop. If you guys remember that shop down there and how it worked, and it used armor stands to pop up through powdered snow to make an item available and presented. Same concept here, only we're changing a little bit to be more particular for what we want to do with the coin shop. So what we have here is a one wide tileable shop with great presentation, and it's got an interesting reset feature. That yellow line is the reset line there. Every time I turn that off and turn it back on, I can obviously first of all determine how often the shop resets, and when I do reset the shop, each individual item with this dropper hopper combo over here has its own chance of becoming available for that reset period. So for instance, if I want to make an item that's really rare, I can go over here and I can put like, you know, 1 sword and like 6 or 7 nonsense items in here, and that means only once every 7 resets will that item slice be available, that item be available for purchase. And contrarily, if I just put a sword in here, that means the item in this slice will be available every time I reset. So I'm thinking I'm going to reset the shop like every 2 hours or so. So we'll have like a hopper clock or something set up, you know, to connect to it. And then every 2 hours, the shop will refresh. It'll get new items. Some items will always be available. There'll be randomization. It's gonna be great. So I'm not gonna go over all of this, but they put their money in the shulker there, and it'll actually buy the product. The products will be right there. They'll spit out into below the glass there. That'll be like a water stream or something like that, and we'll loop the items up around. And I'm not sure how we'll get into them yet. Maybe it goes through the floor. Maybe it'll drop from the ceiling. We'll see. We also have a way here for this block right here to know when any purchase has been made. That'll be tileable, and I can play like some kind of little audio tune as well. Items get locked out when you purchase an item. That slice is locked out until the next reset. So basically, you can only buy you can't come over here and buy like, I'm gonna buy 10 of this item. You can only buy each item once until the reset. So this is my way of throttling what gets purchased. And of course, as you guys probably remember with the Ember shop, when a slice of this shop is available, the armor stand pops up. The armor stand will be invisible, but it will be holding the product, whether it's an item or a model or something. I don't know, it depends on what we're selling, but it'll be holding the product that they can buy. So essentially, you'll see this, you know, tiled down probably like 16 times or so. We have 16 slots here to sell, and if they see the item they want here, that means it's available, and if they want to buy it, they put their money in the thing, and there'll be a sign that says how much. You get the idea. Okay, bouncing back to the door. We're all over the place today. We're gonna go back to the door here because it is done. It is done. It is ready to show. And I also have we got new audio that is amazing. We got new artwork that is amazing, and we also have the key. The key, the frozen shard, which is the key to play decked out. Your permission pass to open this door. This is the first pass. I think, I don't know, we may change the model a little bit still to be a little bit more rough and less symmetrical or something, but either way, I absolutely love it. This is the frozen shard. I haven't named them or anything yet, but anyways, here we go. Are we ready? Custom audio, custom sounds. This might have taken a few days to get working. Here we go. Put the key in. Go. Yeah, that's it. That's the door. I love it. All right, so much to talk. This is the crazy sequence that was just in my brain. There goes the closest automatically. I saw these things, like I said. I figured, why not have all these things glow in sequence, and then have this guy's face glow, and then bring in some like runic symbols around the edge. And then the best part is the door opens. The sound of all the redstone is even a little bit occluded, and then the wall just drops, and the door isn't even there anymore. I absolutely love it. Here we go. One more time. Because, because why not? You gotta do it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cocoon. The door opens, and then there's a little bit of time release. I may change this. There is a time delay here before the door just closes automatically. Part of me is like, well, that's the safest way, but then at the same time, I mean, someone might open the door and not go through in time, and then they wasted their key. So I may change it to be like a sensor in here that triggers it later or something. I'm not sure. All of this is finally done, minus the skull clock there that I got to replace. And then if you die in here, or if you forget to hit your respawn, you come over here, hit the bed, the door opens up, a la Manuel, and you just pop out, and everything's just fine. This guy here is actually working. I'm not going to go through all the sequences, but this took a long time to get all these correct, all the state transitions and everything. When someone leaves the dungeon, that'll all be working. We're doing good. And while we're waiting on assets for the door, the shop is done as well. Ignore this little button, this little test button here. But this is it. I may decide to change it up a little bit more, add a little bit more detail and stuff. It's kind of a simple build, but I mean, it gets the point across. It's nice and bright. I have not figured out what items I want to sell. I have a bunch of items in mind, but this is basically it. You'll have a sign that says the item, the cost, you won't see the armor stand. The item will just kind of be floating on the head of the armor stand, invisible. Like I said, armor stand will be invisible, item will be floating. Right now I have all of them set to a 1/3 chance in this little test button here that will reset the store. You can see this, it's going to be about 1/3 of them every time. A little bit more than 1/3 there. About 1/3 there. Do it one more time. Excellent. So yeah, basically every 2 hours, this store will reset. When you buy an item, it's like if I wanted to buy this item, I would put the crowns in here. Once I put the exact number in, it'll play a little purchase thing, and then the item will drop. It'll become unavailable until they get lucky enough for a reset to happen and that item to be picked. So yeah, what I just really love about this store is that I can control the reset duration and the chance per item that the item will become available during that reset period. So I can have some seriously rare stuff or stuff that's just pretty much always available. I did a quick little, just closed up the end here. It's not great. I didn't really put much effort into it. I'll probably have to do something here, but this is basically room for expansion. If I have another system or something, it would go here. And then you can see we got all the redstone for the shop down here. Again, alternating the slime blocks and the honey blocks so that you can have them go up and down independently. And then we got the interesting little, this is the 2-hour clock over here, believe it or not. We're using the trick with the armor stand on the redstone ore. This just happened right there. About every 68 seconds on average with high variance, this redstone ore will update. It'll tick an item over into the thing. It just ticked another one right there, actually. That was weird. And then when it's done, it'll reset the clock and then dump all the items back into here. You can see there's actually only 11 more to go before it resets again. So overall, some pretty huge progress here. I'm excited about the shop. What I need from you guys is, what should we sell? What should we sell here? Now, I try to think outside the box, okay? Don't list like standard food items. Don't say ender pearls. Those are things like that. I don't want ender pearls. Think of something new, something interesting. Like, for instance, a good idea would be what we did last time, where the player could buy a name tag and name a Ravager. And if that Ravager kills someone, they get a free key. I don't know if we're going to do that again, but interesting, clever ideas like that are very welcome. So leave me a comment. So with that, I think the Great Hall is done. We got the crown shop. We got our scoreboard. We've got our entrance that is amazing. We have down here where everyone can pick out their little, we don't even know what we're going to call these. Locker rooms, cells. Oh, we did a little bit of redstone here. I might have to repair this one. Whoops. But yeah, things are looking good. Lots of progress, and the end, the light is at the end of the tunnel, guys. Level 4 coming soon. You know, sometimes I come to the Enderman farm just to feel tall. Look at this. Look at this. I got a duck to get through here. For real though, we over at the Endy farm. I'm getting some XP. I'm putting together some music discs. 36 music discs, actually. The first little feature we're gonna add to Decked Out today is, oh, okay, I gotta name those last two over there. I gotta name these guys. Hang on, we're gonna do a little thing here. We gotta copy. We gotta bring this down here. We gotta skedoodle that in there and do the thing and do this and that and this and that. And we put them in the box here, and what I've got is 9 sets of ambient drone sounds that we're gonna add. It's like creepy drone. You'll see. It's gonna make the game scary. It's gonna be great. So what we got now is this new brown mushroom line. Very simple. It goes to 4 different locations to 4 little sections of music disc players that look like this. Little double music disc players. Very simple stuff. Music disc pops up, goes into the jukebox. When it's done, it falls and recycles. And then we got this thing when the line is powered, a 1-tick pulse will toggle the target block. So it's basically gonna, power these like A, B, A, B, A, B every time a signal comes in here. And the reason we do that is because the ambient sound effects here are about 20 seconds long, but we want to start a new one after 16 seconds. So over here, we've got a hopper clock, a 16-second hopper clock that as soon as the game is active, the purple line is the game active line. When that is active, this clock starts on, and we're basically just added ambient music, ambient little drone background creepy effects to the game, and I want to see what it sounds like. Okay. I am incredibly excited. Something just happened. Something just happened that is a complete game changer. I was talking to the developer of the audio disc player mod, and we have a new feature. I am so incredibly excited right now because this is going to be so good. Okay, so audio player, music disc, and I gotta look into that bulk thing, by the way, because that's something I should be using. But check it out. I can go like this now, take off the MP3. We got the UUID of the audio we're gonna play, and now there is a range. On a per disc basis, we can say how long each disc plays for, or how far away you can hear that sound. So I think I just made a disc that can only be heard 10 blocks away. Shut up! Okay, hold on. Now to test this, let's go to my patented testificator over here. Where is it? Where's the spider web? There it is. Very scientific process over here. Watch this. Here we go. We're going to put this in here now. And I'm going to drop the music disc in here. And that gives me time to move away. And now I should not be able to hear this here because I'm more than 10 blocks away. When that goes off, wait for it. Okay, we're still waiting. Hang on. Any second. And nothing. This is incredible. Give me the dust, because now we can do things like 100. Boom. And now everyone shut up within 100 blocks would have just heard that sound. And what this really means now, like, guys, I can't tell you how excited I am. You may not appreciate this, but there's I have all of this. Like, this is one of what I call my localized audio player. There's one there. There's one right here. You can see the emerald blocks right here. There's another one out back here, and we're doing the same stuff with the drone now too. Basically, we were having to relocate jukeboxes in very specific locations throughout the dungeon, synchronizing the audio play through all of them so that they would sound good, because the radiuses overlap and you want them to be all synced up and everything. That's all gone. I can rip all this out now and have one amazing audio controller right at the heart of the dungeon, and it's just perfect. And it's probably going to go right here or something. We can get rid of all the overlap stuff. Shut up over there. More importantly, we can start randomizing audio tracks now, have different versions of the same track with different slight tweaks, and not have to worry about syncing them up and playing version 1 over there and player version 3 over there. I'm very excited right now. But pretty much what we can do with audio now with variations just got so much better. And I'm gonna get started right away. I'm not gonna tear that stuff out yet, but I'm gonna build a new centralized audio player right in this area, I think, and figure out what the radius is. Going to be like an 80 block or a 90 block radius, I think, is going to cover the entire dungeon. I just got to make sure it doesn't overlap with levels 3 and 4, and we're going to have another centralized audio player down there. Okay, so here's the beginnings of what I just kind of threw together. What I have is 6 AB switcher audio modules all like compressed in together here, I think. So like that's a pair, that's a pair, that's a pair, that's a pair, etc., etc. There's like 6 of them here. Each one is like, you know, it's an audio loop where it'll push the thing up and go, the disc will go into the jukebox and then cycle through. But they come in pairs so that I can randomize between them. Every time I one tick this piston, it'll, you know, switch over to the other set. So I can have 18 variations of 6 different systematic sounds now, which I'm very excited. But by the way, we're standing on something new right here. I can't show it, but certain somebody came in here and built something, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about it, but that's for his video. It's amazing. You'll have to check out Grian's video. He finished the room that is below me, and it's magnificent. And this is what the piece looks like fully hooked up here. So now I basically just need to power any one of the, not power, but, you know, put a what are these things? Rails. We gotta put rails in front of these, and that's how we're gonna send our signals in. Each one of these rails will update one of the skadoodlers in the back there, one of the redstone blocks, and toggle them and play a new disc. So I want to set up now, let's get back to where we were and set up those new drones using one of the AB audio switchers inside this module and see how it sounds. Okay, starting at the dungeon entrance, let's go for a little walk. Hopefully we don't run into a Ravager here. I just want to show you what the new audio is like. Let's see if it can hear it start. I'll just shut up. How about that? There's a new little background audio. You guys can listen to it. I like it. I like it. It's such a good effect. It makes it so creepy. I think there's still a guy. Is this guy stuck? Are you stuck? You're stuck, aren't you? Yes. I have to go through the entire dungeon and find all the places where Ravagers get stuck. There are many of them. What do you guys think about the new ambient? I think it's pretty good. It's like kind of fading in and out and has this like pulse to it. It's great. Oh, did that guy see us? Hey, buddy. You want to go to the entrance a little bit more? Come on. There's some areas of the dungeon you can hear it loud, some areas of the dungeon where it gets quiet, and all that, honestly, I think is fantastic. There are some volume issues. I may have to adjust the volumes. Like, we were in a pretty quiet spot, honestly. There are spots where it gets quite a bit louder. Dude, the vex are out! Why? Apparently one of my evokers is visible or something. I have to look into that. It is now time for a completely new project, one that I am very excited about. Decked Out needs 2 things. It needs Ravagers on levels 1 and 2, and it needs Wardens on levels 3 and 4. Now, level 4 is currently in design. It is not down there yet, but we're gonna need Wardens, so we're gonna build a Warden farm today, and it should be comical. Now, we've got a head start. I've already got a spot picked out where there's some shriekers, like isolated shriekers in a deep dark biome, and I've already got, not this, over here. I've already got a way to deliver them through the nether here, down here. Skedaddle over this, around the corner here, and then all the way down this long corridor. And it all leads down to 2 portals down here. And by the way, I have no idea what I'm doing with warden farms. I've never made one, so this is probably gonna go really bad. But in my head, this works out pretty easily. The wardens are gonna come out this portal here. I'm gonna come out this portal over here, and I'm gonna be like, booga, 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 booga. Warden gets enraged, Warden chases me, I fly down this tunnel over to the other portal and deliver them to Decked Out. Now, it should be obvious the goal today is not actually to deliver Wardens into Decked Out. We're gonna save that for another day, but I wanna get the infrastructure done and the process kind of ironed out so that when the time comes, it's happy skedoodle mode. Okay, so wardens can spawn in an 11 by 11 by 13 vertical box centered on the Shrieker. So we basically want to go, and what it does is when it attempts to spawn 20 times, for each attempt, it finds a random XZ location within that box and tries to find the topmost box or the topmost block that has a top surface that the warden can spawn on, that it also won't collide with any other stuff. So what we're going to do is pretty much bottom slab the entire area so that it's all non-spawnable except for an area over here. They're going to spawn in there. You guys have probably seen these farms, right? I mean, and then we're going to push them into a portal and everything is it's super simple. So I need to stand on the actual Shrieker, because you notice I got rid of all of the skulk sensors. I'm going to be standing on the actual Shrieker, and every 10 seconds, it's going to attempt to spawn a warden. And this should be it. I think this is the spawnable area that a warden can spawn in, including these blocks over here. So I'm just going to focus on these 2 rows here, because every time it attempts to spawn a warden, there's 20 samples in this area. So, you know, we're going to get this area is going to be sampled like 99.298426%. So we're going to light this portal here with the safety block in the background so the wardens can't get through. We're going to put down, let's see, how do we want to do it? We're going to put down some blocks here as temp blocks. We're going to put down the ice like a so that we get every other block, and we get water sources everywhere here like that. We're going to break all these. A 1, a 2, a 9er, a 6er. We have the water flowing now that will push them into the portal. We just got to break these right here. And then we're going to put some slabs down below like this. And now basically wherever there are stone pressure plates, did I say slabs? Yeah, you know what I meant. Wherever there's pressure plates, the wardens can spawn. They will come out and be like, bro, look at me, I'm a warden, and then whoop, right into the portal, and then they're not so scary anymore. They should go right into, let's double check. Yes. Oh, hello there, blocks. Right in here. So they come there. I will be coming out over here beyond the safety wall. And if you guys remember the super highly technical plan we have, it's to come over here and be like, boo, boo, boo. And then we flee in terror down this long hallway. I mean, it's pretty much a foolproof plan. And like I said, we're not actually delivering the real wardens today, because, you know, I still got to build like a place for them to live and eat hermits and stuff like that. So that's not done yet, but I do want to make sure that this process works. So we're going to spawn a warden, and we're going to try and get them down the hallway. We just won't name tag them, and they'll despawn. But, you know, now's the time for brave Sir Tango to show his face and to, you know, show off some of my manly squeals. So in theory, all I gotta do is step on this little guy right here, and a warden should spawn in there and go in the thing. Oh, wait a minute. If I don't name tag him, he's gonna despawn on the other side. So I do have to name tag him, but then I gotta kill him. This just got complicated. Bleh. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just see if the first part works. Here we go. Here we go. There's one. This time I might be a little terrified right now. All right, free cam so we can see him spawn here. That's 2. Come on, buddy, spawn right where you're supposed to, please. Here he comes. Oh, is it the 4th one? I think it might be the 4th one. I don't know. Spawn now. Extra spawn. There he is. There he is. And at this point, I would be jumping out and I would name tag him real quick. And oh, good. He went in. He went in. Okay, I thought he was gonna. I might want to make that portal a little bit taller. Oh no! Oh, you're underneath. Oh, it didn't work. We flee. We flee hard. We flee in terror. Okay, we gotta block off some extra little areas there. It's so dark. He can't get down this tunnel. His face is too tall. I didn't think he could spawn under the platform. I didn't think there was any area down there. Hello? Mr. Warden? Are you here? He spawned like right down there. Where is he? Don't give me that roar. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's way over there. Quit your sniffing. I need to... Oh, there's some 3-block gaps under there, I think. Acer sniffs a lot. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and wait for him to despawnify, and then we'll fix things. Okay, the warden's gone, and my unfaltering bravery has also returned. I'm an idiot. Look at it. They're 3 blocks, right? Wardens can spawn all underneath here. I'm not very smart. Okay, that should be good enough because over here is 2-block gap. They can't fit in here, and outside here is outside their spawn range. Totally safe now. 100% gonna work, guaranteed. Never any mistakes. Foolproof. There he goes. Spawn right there. I know it's very dark. Sorry for the blindness. Get pushed. Get. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I gotta raise that. I keep forgetting. Let's raise that now. Oh my gosh, they spawn so fast every 10 seconds. Hello, Warden. Another one. Go. Okay, it works quite well. Another one's gonna spawn right now, I think. Yep, there we go. What's up, Skippy? How's it going? Yeah, get in there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here now. And now, in theory, I go through here. I mean, they're not gonna be there. I think they despawn. Let's double check. Oh, no, they're there. They're extra there. Oh, why are they there? Oh, that scared me. Okay, I'm totally brave. Everything is super brave. I mean, I'm the bravest. Come on, buddy. Oh, he's gonna psionic blast my face into next Tuesday. Come on. How about a little enticement? There you go. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he come fast. Okay. He's like, if I could just fit down this hallway, I'm gonna get you quicker. Oh, he's very close now. No. Oh, we flee. Oh, it's so dark. Oh, okay. Sorry, I made fun of you. So sorry, I made fun of you. No, go more down here. Okay. Porta power. Okay. And, oh my gosh. Oh, he's not giving up. He's not giving up. Okay, now I would go down. Oh, it works great. Everything's perfect. I would go here and Shazam. Shazam. Right in the portal. That was something right there. Brave Sir Tango. That was marginally terrifying. Marginally. There's another one. Oh, he wants to play. Nope. Okay, yeah, they're really fast down the tunnel, and he blasted my bits pretty bad. I don't know. Let's just have another. Let's one more, right? Just for funsies, right? Because it's fun. Roar. Here he comes, and dunga. Okay, we gotta go. I think he runs faster than I do. He doesn't run faster than I fly, though. There he is. That might be the most terrifying thing in this game right there. I love it. Look at him wiggling his little butt down the hallway. Okay, it's time to go again. Go. He can only blast 16 blocks away, so as long as I stay 16 blocks away from him, we're good. Over here, buddy. Come on, sniff harder. Arrow? I see him slowly turn his head over here. Hey, Skippy, down here. There you go. Oh, okay. Gotta go. Here he comes. And get ported. Oh, honestly, this is pretty foolproof. I'm the bravest. Now, if I've learned one thing in the last 10 minutes, if I go through this portal now, there's gonna be 2 wardens there who want to give me an extra special hug. So we're gonna go the long way home. Okay, we're home, and honestly, at this point, I have no idea. Oh, they're still here. They're still here, and they're not happy. Let's get safer positioning. Okay, where are they? Why are they not I guess they just don't despawn. They must be on a more strict timer. I guess that's how wardens are. I don't know. Yeah, they probably only respawn after the 5 minutes of no interaction or whatever it is. Something like that. And I guess if no one's in the area, it doesn't. Oh, I just thought the thunder. Okay, I'm a little bit paranoid now. Yeah, let's go down there and see what's down there. Where are you? He's sniffing. Did I mention the decked out's gonna be terrifying? Because it's gonna be terrifying. Is he in the game? I made a way for them to walk up there. Oh, I'm gonna get sonic blasted so hard. They spawn right there. You guys can see the portal, and then I made like a track system. Oh no, they're up. Oh, yeah, they're still up there. Let's go in the top route. Okay, this tunnel right here is where they should be coming up. Oh, there's one. There's one right there. This is how I would get them into the game. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. There he is. Well, on the bright side, getting wardens into decked out seems to work just fine. Here he comes. Buddy, I'm not ready for you yet. You're a little, they're anxious. They sniff hermits and they're ready to kill. There's another one. The other one's coming out too. Right there is where he would have fallen through those trapdoors into the game. Okay, it works. I just need to wait for them to despawn now. I have been extremely busy. I am standing on top of level 4 of decked out, which is 100% completely built. It took many days of planning, many days of resource gathering, and even more days of building it here on the server. Level 4 of decked out is about 5 blocks short of being the entire size of the original decked out. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. But you know what? I'm not going to. Yeah, that's right. Level 4 is completely done, and I absolutely love the way it looks. It is all below me right now in this giant black box, but I'm not going to show it to you guys, and that's going to upset some of you, many of you. But try to understand it's for the greater good. Fortune power! You see, this way here, it's gonna be super exciting. You guys get to take the journey with everyone until the first hermit gets down there and experiences level 4 for themselves. And level 4's got quite a bit of, it plays a little bit differently. I changed some of the rules about how things work down on the final level because it's the final level. And I figured, why not? This is a special little thing. So what this means is there's a lot of time. There already has been a lot of time, and there will continue to be more time as I do the redstone for it without me making a video, right? So there's a lot of time it takes to make these things happen. And if I'm not showing it on camera, well, there's not a lot of content being made. So you will have to bear with me as I get this all redstone completed and ready to go. But I do guys want you to know that finishing level 4 is actually not my priority. Getting levels 1 through 3 is my priority right now, because I figure I've always wanted to launch all 4 levels at the same time. But quite honestly, if I open level 4 a week after decked out opens, I don't think there's any difference, because if things go right, it's going to take people at least a week to even get to level 4. So at this point, I've got a pretty tight to-do list that is 100% focused on just getting the game ready to be played as soon as possible. Okay, you know what? While we're out here in the front admiring our amazing new portal, there's this guy right here. He's been sitting here for a while. He better be here, at least I hope he's still here. Okay, good. He's still here. Hi, friend. We have a trident wielding drowned here that Cub delivered for us. I asked him, this was a favor, and he did it. I think he got it from like the nearby lakes and stuff. Like, we're gonna take this guy, and I've already got a little skadoodler right here. This is gonna take him down into level 2 of decked out, and we're gonna release him into the lake, and he's gonna get to greet, you know, all the hermits that come and visit the pirate ship. He'll be there with his trident in hand to greet them in a very special way. So I think I just want to lay some simple tracks here to get him over to this hole here. I really don't want to mess this up. Like it's not easy to find a trident wielding drown and catch him. I think I need to put a little roof over this too, so he doesn't burn. I don't know. Does he like zombies? I don't even know. Do they burn right away? We're gonna play it safe anyways. Okay, I believe we are good here. Let me just throw power on this guy. Cub was smart enough to put him on a powered rail, so if I power that, that should make him go. And let's see here. We'll do this. He should start shooting me now, right? Are you gonna shoot? Or do they only shoot They might only shoot when they're in water, I think. I really don't know. There's a lot of things about these guys I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna do this, and that should be the magic. And now we go, and you ride. You ride, you fall, and I chase. I chase. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's somewhere down there. Go, 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 go. I still see him. I want to get down there. There we go. Uh-oh, not too fast. Okay, good, good. Where is he? There he goes. There he goes. And I think he's in. He fell down the hole. He fell down the hole. Excellent. Okay, now for the hard part. I gotta get down there and get him out of the minecart without him tridenting my face to death. And for that, I'm gonna need a trusty shield, if I can remember how to make these things. Shields? You can tell how many shields I make in my day. Not many. Okay, here we go. This thing we'll put right here so we can block all the things, and then we're gonna use the axe to choppy the minecart out from under him, I hope. And he should be right here. Hi, are you gonna throw things at me? You should be throwing things at me now. Throw. Why aren't you throwing? You got a trident. Is it because he's in a cart? He sees me. Let me throw on hitboxes here. Maybe I have to be in the water. Yup. Conk. Okay, here we go. Ow! It hurts. It hurts. Ow! All right, buddy. I gotta get over here. And oh, it's oh wait, we should rename him something else. Not for Tango. We gotta name him something else. We will name him One-Eyed Willie. A little homage to the Goonies. And we jump in, we name, we block. One-Eyed Willie, excellent. Okay, gotta get the timing right here. Block, and go. Go, he's out. We flee in terror. We flee. We're not fleeing hard enough. Flee harder. He shouldn't leave the water, I don't think. Okay. This is great. I have no idea what kind of challenge he's gonna pose, but anyone swimming in these waters is fair game for the Willy Man now. You gonna come out, buddy? I don't think they want to leave the water. No, interesting. All right, I have a lot to learn. I thought they would shoot all the time. I guess they only shoot from in water. I'll have to do some research and see how the AI actually works. But either way, I'm glad he's in here. I hope he gets some kills. It's been a while since the last comprehensive, full decked out video, and that's because things are going exactly as I thought they would, and exactly as I wanted them to, and that means I have been head down, laser focused on getting this game done. And it's paid off because, well, decked out is complete. So let's have a little chat about what complete means. Decked out is feature complete. I am not adding anything else. The game is 100% done. Done. Well, we should probably take off one of those dones because level 4 is still below me right here in this black box, and it's not done. But we will talk about that shortly in a bit because there's something new I've added to the game that I want to show you too. There's a lot of things. A lot of things have changed, and so many bugs have been just completely and utterly squashed. We're making massive progress. I mean, there's been so many cases of like, oh, that side of the dungeon wasn't getting hazard signals because a block was clipping some redstone. You know, stupid things like, oh, that rail was always powered because the redstone above it was powering it. All these little bugs like that we're finding, and we're tracking them down, and we're just squashing them. Now, since it has been so long since we have last talked, there's a lot I want to show you. A couple of things I'm very excited about, and the first one is huge. It is huge. Did you see this line right here? This blah, that, and this, and all of this right here, all that stuff. That's not necessary anymore. That is the card announcement system. It was, I should say, by far the most complicated piece of systematic nonsense here in Decked Out. It was used for announcing what card was played because I had to distribute the cards to all the different zones and synchronize them all up and do it super fast with instant dropper lines. Yeah, it's all garbage. It's not needed anymore. Yeah, so I reached out to the developer of the audio player mod here now, and now when you are binding an audio, a sound effect basically, to a music disc, you can give it a name and stuff, but now you can give it a range. So I can say, when this particular disc plays, I want everyone within 180 blocks to hear the sound it's going to play. And that, as they say, changes everything. Because before this change, I had to send the disc, like I said, down these crazy instant dropper lines because the radius of a disc was fixed, and I had to like have those radiuses cover the entire dungeon, overlap those spherical bounds, and synchronize their play and everything. That's not necessary anymore. Instead, now I've got down, where is it? It's somewhere down here in one of these giant holes. Yeah, down there. Down there, I have a centralized music disc audio chamber. Let's go check it out. Down we go into the sploosificator. Now down here, this is amazing. So I've got this nice, clean, organized, comprehensive audio library, I guess you could say, where we have every card has its own dedicated jukebox player here now. Okay, and all I've got to do is send the appropriate redstone signal down here to play the appropriate sound. Like we've got a quick step here. Let me see if I can find, wait, there we go, quick step, right? So I just send the audio signal down here and give it a
Quick step.
yeah. So with this audio player system, there's no moving discs around, there's no nothing. All of these discs are set to play at like 180 block radius. It covers levels 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the spherical range is massive, but it's just barely enough where you can't hear it up in the Great Hall. So only people playing the game will be able to hear the disc being called out here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's some bonkers redstone involved in this, and this, like, learning how to do this with the help of some friends really upped my redstone game. I feel like I've learned quite a bit doing this. This is using a pulse length and signal length encoding to get the proper signal down here. Scratch that, I meant pulse length and signal strength encoding. It's all sent with one redstone line. This line right here, this guy, that line right there has got information encoded in it, so I know which of the like 40 different discs to play. I mean, it's basically voodoo magic with a dash of maple syrup added. It's pretty crazy how this works. So we've got like these banks of 8 right here, and it repeats going down the line there. And every one of these, you can see they're nice and cleanly labeled, the name of the card that's called out. It outputs a signal onto this line here, but every 8 blocks or so, it will add 1 tick to the pulse length. So again, we're both encoding a signal strength here of like 0 to 7, and then a duration of how long that tick is active, and then it's decoded on the other side using like inverse transmitificator encoders with subtractive non-binomial. Yeah, so let's just say it's pretty cool stuff. So now, whenever a card is played, it gets thrown in this order, and
Tread lightly.
it's automatically played with no disc movement or nothing. I fell. No disc movement, no nothing, just one signal going down to the massive audio player system down there, and I could rip out. So I don't think I'm going to, maybe later, but there's so much I could rip out now. So in short, the new card announcer is amazing, and it's going to save me tons of time in debugging. We've also got every card is programmed here. Face, smash. Every single ow! Every card in the game, except the legendary cards, are programmed and working in this spaghetti nonsense. Remember, I knew this part was going to be spaghetti. We're attaching everything from the card processors to the main bus line, and the only way to do that is with a bunch of crazy wires. So I think the main goal of today is to continue testing the game. There's one bug. It's not even a bug. It's a flaw, I guess, in the game that I knew was coming, and we have to fix that and address that. But the main thing today is I want to do some complete runs, possibly, definitely down to level 2 of Decked Out, and just see how everything feels, see how the audio callouts are, just make sure everything is working. But to be clear, this is 2 stages. Stage 1 is make sure the systems are working. Stage 2 is game balance. So don't make any judgments based on game balance yet. I haven't tweaked anything with, how fast Clank is generated, how fast Hazard's generated, how much treasure is dropped, any of this stuff, how many Ravagers, all that stuff will be tweaked later once I know the system is working perfectly. All right, so despite my best efforts and despite what I might have said in the past, level 4 will not be open when the game launches. And that's okay. That's okay because it's quite honestly, it's going to take people quite some time, I'm hoping, to get cards powerful enough to get down there, all that stuff. There's a lot of content with just levels 1 through 3. So take that into consideration and then realize that I had like 20 to 30 little secret locations hidden within the dungeon of Decked Out. And I needed to put something in those secrets for launch because I didn't want people to discover the secrets and be like, there's nothing there. So what I've done is I put the two things together. Level 4 will not be released right away, and we have secrets that need to be filled. So here we have the Easter egg hunt. And guys, I'm excited about this. This is going to be amazing. This gives the hermits a community event to work towards together to unlock the Burning Dark. The Burning Dark is the name of level 4. The Burning Dark. To unlock this 4th and final level, the adventurers must work together and find 20 hidden idols within the dungeon. Note the block those idols rest upon and replicate it here, replacing the snow under each idol. So, this is great. Like, all of these guys are already hidden in the dungeon. Now, I'm not going to show you where they are, but each time they find one of these little Easter eggs, they're going to be sitting on a block. So, for instance, if they find the Cleo Easter egg, Cleo will be sitting on a block. You know, we'll just say it's a redstone block here. It's not, but say it's a redstone block. The players come here, they get a redstone block. They do not take the one from the dungeon. They simply note it and they get one of those blocks from their inventory, whatever, and they break this snow and they put the block here. So what we basically have is a complete, if you guys know the old complete the monument style games, that's what we've got here. And when all of these blocks are replaced with the correct block that the idols are sitting on, I will open level 4, the Burning Dark. Okay, so before we get to the test runs, which I'm absolutely looking forward to, I know everyone is, there's one major problem I really want to focus on and get fixed today, and that is, it's the flaw I was talking about earlier. There is a problem now where if you have too many cards in your deck, not many at all, honestly, like more than 10 cards in your deck, if you put your deck of cards behind me, it goes down into a tunnel and goes down an ice stream and everything, takes its sweet time, goes into the card unloadificator, unloads all the cards, all that stuff happens. The problem is the player gets the minecart behind me here and they beat it down to the game, and the game starts before all the cards are unloaded. And that's a problem because then you get card bias and the cards that were in the front of your deck are more likely to be pulled from the deck shuffler. So we can't have that. So there's a couple options. I either need to speed up the card processor or the card unloader, or slow down the ride the player takes down together. Now I've done a little bit to slow down the ride, but I don't want to do that too much because people don't want to wait, 45 seconds to start the game. They want to play the game. So what I want to do is focus on improving or shortening the time it takes from when you put your deck of cards here into the time before the game is ready to be played. And now to show you what we're going to do, I got to go into free cam here and show you what is going on. So here's what happens. The full deck of shulker cards is dropped down here. It goes down here, runs down this line here, falls down here, runs over here, and drops into here. And that right there is where it begins unloading. Now the problem is that takes almost 15 seconds, believe it or not, for that thing to go down there and swoosh and drop and do the thing. And I know, like, I could use like blue ice instead of packed ice, but that's really not going to make that much of a difference. Instead, I think what I really need to do, and we just got done tearing out all those instant dropper lines, or not using all those instant dropper lines for the audio player. I think we're going to use instant dropper lines here to make the disc, or make the deck of cards go from here to there instantly, and bam, something like that. I mean, there it is, instant dropper line. So now the shulker deck, when dropped down, will teleport from right there to the end of this line right there instantly, and then fall down to the skedoodler down below, where it's going to start unloading the cards, processing permanent cards, and loading the shuffler. And the good thing is now, I think with the time we saved, we just shaved like 10 seconds or so off this. With the time we shaved off of this, I think now we can have a full 40 card deck unloaded, process the permanents, get the shuffler loaded and ready to go in the time it takes the player to ride the minecart ride down to the starting room and start the game. think it might be useful to give you guys a little bit of a tutorial on some of the sound effects, some of the kind of like systematic sound effects. Whoa, that's just random cave noises that go off all the time now. Okay, so noises you need to understand. Clank blocked. This is when you have clank block queued up and you trigger some clank, and instead of it counting as clank, it just counts as nothing. You basically get that 3 tiptoe sound, and all of these sounds have like variations on them that sound slightly different. You can see, but they all are very iconic and very distinct, and these can chain together. Like for every 3, if you block 2 clank at once, you'll hear 6 of those play, for instance. So it's kind of cool. So that's clank block. Hazard blocked, same deal. It's when you have hazard block queued up and hazard is attempted to be added and it doesn't add. You get this. So there you go. It's like a whoom, but then you hit a little crumbling in the background. And that'll make sense when you look at the actual hazard triggered. This is when your hazard actually increases. You hear a sound like this. Basically rumbling and debris falling. And again, there are variations on all of them. Well, that's got another sound playing at the same time now. So there's that. But the big difference between hazard, when hazard goes up, is all rumble. You get that big crumbling noise, and when hazard is blocked, you hear the kind of the gong noise. One more time. Where is it? This guy here. You hear that. That means you're blocking hazard. That's a good sound to hear. And finally, we have artifact acquired. I suspect this one might not be working. I got to go check the footage on this one. But when you pick up your artifact, you should hear this sound. And then, of course, cave noises, which is totally random. Now, the artifact acquired noise is intended to be both ominous, but also a little bit triumphant. It's good in that you just got your artifact, which is what you're here to do, but a little bit bad because whenever you pick up your artifact, it automatically generates 3 clank every time. There's still a lot of things that need to be fixed. I mean, first and foremost, all the audio. We are going to do a full pass on all the audio and balance all the volumes. So anything that's too loud or too quiet or whatever, trust me that we're gonna get that all tweaked out just right so that it just sounds perfect. And then of course all the game balance is going to get started as well. You know, the rates at which clank is generated, clank hazard is generated, all that stuff absolutely needs to be tweaked quite a bit. And trust me guys, I'm going to be on that like crazy. I will get it correct before we launch. Which of course leads to the big question, when is launch? I will just say this. It is soon. It is very soon. I won't give a date because I don't want to commit to anything just yet, but let's just say probably the next video uploaded to my channel after this one will be the video titled How to Play Decked Out 2, and that will signify the launch of Decked Out 2.